that
It was me.
responsibility. Oh, I'd cry.
Okay.
I had to cut a girl off last night. She's
Oh,
like,
really?
I'm 20. I'm like,
Oh wait, I didn't set
okay.
up this side.
And then she like had a drink, and then she started to like pass out, and
Oh,
I'm like, yep,
Jesus.
you're done.
No,
Cut
we're done
off.
here. See.
I'm like, and that's what one drink does to a 20-year-old. No, I'm just kidding. And this other guy was like rolling so hard, like, or like he was so high, and he's like dripping, and like he's one of our regulars, and he like goes and wipes his thing, and then he puts his hand on my shoulder, and I'm like, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I don't want that on me. I'm like, it was so
Oh
bad.
my god. Disgusting.
Where is that?
Disgusting.
At Molly's.
Oh, that's right.
Are we all set?
I think we're good to go.
Cool. Let me know when I can start then.
I have it up and running right now.
We're good? Cool.
Yep.
Alright. So,
So nervous.
last time in Esmios, the party spent their first full day in Volmiak's keep. Their day started by getting to know their new party member a little bit more, learning about his history and about the strange thing on his arm he called a prosthetic. The conversation was interrupted when Orion, the drow father of Yildren, came into the tavern. He told them that in the night, the leader, Hazelin Kegforage, returned to camp and requested a meeting with them all. His attention then turned to Kargok as he began to try and plead his case that hunting gods is no place for a child, and that when they're on their mission, Piper is welcome to stay within the safety of the keep and even attend school, being surrounded by other children. Hesitantly, the half-orc agreed, and Piper was escorted there. After breakfast, the group attended their meeting with Hazelin. She was clear about her displeasure of outsiders using limited resources or having access to secret information, and in order to allow them further access, the party was given a challenge. Either fight each other one-on-one in combat, or take on one of the champion members. Their choice of either Hazelin, Orion, or Redemption. When the party decided to fight the champions, decisions were made. Redemption would take on Kargok and Atris, Orion versus Davin, and Hazelin against Zan. Each party member held their own against the powerful champion members, earning Hazelin's respect. However, it was when Kargok fell and left Atris to fight Redemption that things grew much darker. The party only saw Atris say something to her, unable to hear what was said, but Redemption's response was sinister. With one final sacred flame, Atris was knocked unconscious and Redemption stormed off the field. After healing everyone up, Hazelin informed the group that they would be welcome to whatever resource they need, and if they should require anything, they need only ask. Now, before we jump back to our party, we need to handle a few things. While all of this has been going on, you have been tasked with a hunt. While the party was all talking to various members, either going to the temple, gambling, you were tasked with hunting an elk.
Yes.
It has been seen around the keep and traveling a bit farther south, but no hunter has been able to find it. So Grimuk, the half-orc bartender, gave you the challenge, and you happily agreed.
Of course.
So roll me a survival check with advantage.
17.
Plus numbers.
Plus 6.
Plus
No.
23.
Yeah.
So, with the horse that you have been given by one of the champions, you head on out. Easily enough, you're able to find the tracks, and you notice that the hooves are rather large. This is a very big elk. You continue to hunt this creature, and end up traveling all night, taking a break for camp, and continuing in first light. You're able to follow the tracks until you realize something. You are getting closer and closer to your childhood home. A place that last you saw was dead and barren. And before long, you find yourself standing in front of the Madriel Woods. It was just as you last remember it. The bark and trees beginning to fall, No leaves growing, no foliage growing on the bush. Even the grass on the ground is brown with death. The purple fungus continues to grow along the ground, along the trees, even in some of the dead creatures. But you notice that the tracks of this elk continue deeper into the woods. What would you like to do?
I'll follow it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You continue deeper into the woods. The woods themselves growing darker as what used to be trees blocking the light, as there were many and large and tall and full of beautiful leaves and creatures and birds. You don't hear the birds that you used to hear, and it hurts a little bit. You look down and you notice Elian he's sniffing around, but he's moving very cautiously. Your little white fox kind of moving in and around your legs.
Hear that, guys? It's a fox.
What about the dolphin?
Just saying.
I didn't hear anything, actually.
Many puffin fish. Many puffin.
Yeah, exactly.
Elian stops suddenly. And you look down and you notice that the tracks turn from one of an elk to one of a human.
Well, snap. Okay.
What would you like to do?
Fart.
Charlie is not here. Fuck right off.
Do I, like...
Roll a perception check.
Okay.
I know what you're trying to
Yeah.
say.
Tracks.
Nothing.
The tracks turn from one of an elk to one of a human.
So, like, 9.
9. You notice the tracks, and you know that elks don't
Wait,
normally
11.
have human footprints, so that's a bit strange. And yeah, you look around, and you don't
There's nothing.
necessarily see or hear anything. But the path continues on, and you know this forest very well. You know this forest like the back of your hand. You grew up here. This is where you learned how to track, how to climb trees. This is where you learned your magic.
Mm-hmm.
This is home. You know that if you continue forward on this path, you will come to the center of the forest where the Druid Circle used to live. And being a huntress yourself, you know that appears to be where the footsteps are going.
Yeah, we're gonna keep following it.
Keep
for
following
sure.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like to be stealthy while you're doing this, or no?
Actually, yeah.
Okay, so roll a stealth
Yeah.
check for me.
12.
12. Really?
Mm-hmm. I know.
Like you're
it's
reaching
fine.
it.
Are you
I know.
sure?
Alright. You continue forward. You kind of tuck a little bit more into the woods, but following the main path.
Thank you.
As you walk, it's hard to avoid the crack of dead sticks and dead
Basically the same
branches
thing.
that have fallen onto the ground.
And you're dead.
You continue forward, and before you is the very large opening of where the Druid Circle would meet, where they lived, where they slept, where they ate. Empty. With nothing living but two things. You notice an elven woman standing there. She has copper skin with gold undertones, long black hair, braided along here and kind of tucked into the side that goes
What do
long.
you know?
Just listening.
So it's braided and kind of goes in, and it's all along one side. And she is wearing kind of very earthen materials, kind of leaves, some woven together leathers, nothing intense or daunting, no armor, nothing like that. And you notice that she is standing in front of the only living tree here.
Huh.
You know that this tree was sacred to your druids, to the druid circle that raised you. This tree was often called the Tree of Life. It is a source of power for many druids, and on it is a carving in the bark, each depicting the different circles of the druids, with the large tree that you have emblazoned on your chest from your family. And she's looking at it and she's touching it gently. Roll a perception check for me.
She's covered in C4. It's the terrorist situation.
You have to cut the right wire.
Yeah.
But you're underneath their hair.
There's 27.
And you're colorblind.
She, at this point,
The second red wire.
stops.
Do the footprints like lead to her? Like
Yeah,
is
the
this like
footprints
okay?
lead to
This
her.
is okay. So okay. There's,
That's
She stops
fucking.
and looks. I know you're there. You can come on out.
Tap the gift.
Oh god.
What would you like to do?
There's audio.
Yeah, you need the audio.
No, I don't want to listen to it then. I'll send it to
I'm
me.
gonna like
That was it. You just need to hear that.
carefully,
Oh.
like
Just,
Hesitantly
bishop
walk
yeah,
forward.
hesitantly.
It's
Like she
counting
doesn't
down.
look threatening.
know what the
No,
shot
I'm not
marker is.
gonna like.
Well, it's just.
Roll
it's,
an
she just
insight
turned
check for
17.
Oh god.
I don't get it at all.
Down to your command.
Oh.
Oh wait, just kidding.
20.
20.
Yeah.
No, it's 24 actually.
She looks at you
Because.
as you walk
Yeah,
out,
it's
and
24
you notice that
exactly
she has
because
very
turns
light
18
green
tomorrow.
eyes.
That's terrible.
She looks vaguely familiar to you, but not quite.
Okay.
She kind of reminds you a little bit of Xanathia, but not quite. She looks and what are you doing here?
Oh my god. I'm just like trying to.
Gonna murder your pet.
You look at her and she's clearly on the defensive, but she's not going to attack or anything.
Right.
Just hesitant, cautious.
I was tracking an elk, but my elk disappeared into human or footprints. Like,
It's much faster to travel in that form, though avoiding arrows is always fun.
you're my elk.
Yeah. Do you know what happened here? And it's at this point that she looks to your pin. Did you belong to the circle of the forest?
Yes, this is my forest.
What happened? Like, we received an SOS a few months ago, but that's it. My uncle wouldn't let anybody leave to come and see what was happening, to come and defend our fellow druids, but I left. It wasn't right. It took me a little bit longer than what I would have liked to travel here, but I came as fast as I could. What happened?
I have no idea. I was out hunting off on my own, and I came back to this. I would like to know the same thing.
Well, nobody's here. Normally with this kind of disease, death would follow, and you see at this point she's crying. Death would follow, but there's no one here.
I like go to reach out for her hand.
And she takes it.
I'm like, you look very familiar.
I don't believe we've met. I haven't really left Unice, but my name is Callie Zelosentient.
Okay, would that like strike me by anything? Like would I
Roll a
know?
history check. Callie, K-A-L-I. Zelosient, did I say that correctly? Megan?
Xylosient, yeah.
Zelosient.
12.
Oh
Well,
shit.
X-I.
That is Zan's last name as well.
L-I.
Do I know Zane's last name?
It's been brought up in conversations.
Okay. I was traveling with another. She's elf, right? Like she,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Another elf, and that was her last name.
What was her name?
Zan?
Xanaphia?
Yes. Yeah, that's it.
That's my older cousin.
What's up, cuz?
Yeah, I was just with her.
Yeah.
We.
She's alive?
Yeah. Was she not supposed to be?
No, that's fantastic news. Last I heard, where she was staying was destroyed. We didn't know. Her father warned her in a sense, but we hadn't heard anything. It's fantastic. She's alive. Can you bring me to her?
Most definitely.
Fantastic. And she kind of like wipes her tears. I have the information I need. I gathered a couple of samples to hopefully look them over and see what's happening.
Of the purple stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Don't touch it.
Okay.
Don't touch it. It appears to be fast acting. I made that mistake, and she kind of holds up her hand. And you notice that the fingertips are slightly blackened.
Oh.
Don't worry. I have a couple of healing stuff that should be able to help. So about how far are you staying?
Like away from them?
Like how far away is Zan?
I don't really know.
Awesome. Cool.
But
Okay.
I'll find them. No, I'll find them.
You know what the town is called, right?
Yeah.
Are they back there? Like, do I know where
you
they
left
are?
them at Fulmiax
Okay.
last
Okay,
you know.
so I'm about how far away?
About a day and a half.
Okay, so yeah, like a day and a half. Like, they should still be there.
If you want, I can speed up the travel a little bit for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh no.
And she
oh no,
she takes your hand and she's like, "Oh, cute fox," and she kind of leads
At least
you.
she called it a fox, guys.
She leads you out of the forest.
Missed opportunity.
She doesn't.
Love you, Beaver.
Inappropriate.
So she leads you out of the forest. She's walking at a very expedient pace. Clearly, she's excited about seeing her family. You get out, and she's like, "Okay, can you take a few steps back?"
Okay.
Thanks. And you watch as she says a few arcane words before suddenly, what was once an elf is now a very large bird.
Sick.
Oh. Okay.
Roll a nature check for me.
Bird, eh?
High level
It's a
druid
large
in the
bird.
house.
Yeah, no shit. I can't even be a bird yet.
So like
That's a
3, I think.
bird.
Nature.
Bird.
That's what happens when they get really
They got
big.
1.
Is they
That's-
become
So it's a
birds.
large
That's
bird.
It might be a shark. You're not sure.
Perhaps.
A pterodactyl is a bird.
Whatever.
So, this very large bird, like you are looking up at it. It kind of over to you and holds out a talon, as if asking, like, "Can I grab you?"
I like look at Elian and I'm like,
Elian looks at you and looks at this like pterodactyl looking thing. It's feathered.
yeah,
it
is it
has red-
scary looking or like?
I'll show you what it looks like.
It's tough, that's for sure.
Do you know what chips?
I'm good now. I ate really, like,
Sure.
basically right
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
everyone showed up. Get in
It looks
there.
like that.
Thank you.
Get in.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, kind of.
A very large red, blue, and purple bird is before you, and she puts the talon down and extends a wing.
Yeah. Fuck it. Let's do this.
Climb on up.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, and as soon as you have a grip on her feathers and a grip on Elian,
God, do it.
she flies up in the air.
Damn it.
It's her flying music.
She flies up in the air. I need you to make a general strength saving throw for me.
Jesus Christ. This one. Oh no.
You need some
Show
dice.
you the
Yeah, I'm gonna switch it up.
shining, shimmering,
Such a
splendid.
shit.
13.
13.
Wow.
Yeah, you manage to hold on. You worry that Elian is slipping a little bit, but then you just feel like his little claws like
Yep, great.
dig into you a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And you are flying at a rocket speed.
Soaring, shimmering.
Anyway, back at camp,
Cool. I'm flying.
Redemption has just stormed off the field, and Hazelin has just told you that you are welcome to stay. Whatever resource you may need, you need only ask. And she heads off to go and see Redemption.
Okay, what time of day is it right now?
It's about 2 o'clock-ish.
Okay, so not quite enough time to like go to bed.
But you guys still do have the entire afternoon.
Let me ask you.
Dun dun.
I would like to go to some sort of like clothing store. Because I know that like the seasons are changing at this point, and if we're going further into the mountains or in that sort of a territory, that we're gonna need like more clothing. So
So you begin to look around, trying to find a clothing store. So who is all going clothing shopping?
I'm gonna be with her.
We need to
Makeover,
gear up.
makeover.
Yeah. Montage.
Kargok, are you joining?
Not yet. I'm gonna go see Redemption first.
It's like a Pretty Woman mom.
Alright, we will
You just
do that after.
go in and out of doors in different areas.
Spinning around in different like clothes.
Can I assume that I'm actually alive and rezzed, like
Yeah,
healthy?
you
Yeah,
Butcher
Okay.
looked
Okay,
after
okay.
you.
I forgot about that. Just like
No, you died.
You dead.
Got you.
Perma dead.
Yeah.
I
Why
keep
you
forgetting where the
here?
camera is, and I'm like,
yeah.
hey.
Yeah, no, Butcher looked after you. You're good to go. Yeah, so you guys head out and you begin to look around for clothing stores. But you don't find any stores necessarily. You find kind of food storage, but there's no price tags on anything. You continue to look around. You can't necessarily find stores. So you head back to the Black Axe's evening, and you notice that the merchants from earlier are there's one sitting, half-elven man. You've noticed him a few times. Very flamboyant purple robes, some piercings kind of along the slightly pointed ears, and like kind of ornamentation all along his hair, tan skin. And you make eye contact with him for a moment, and he grins and... Are you looking for something I could potentially help you with?
Maybe. Do you have any like heavier clothing?
For the winter?
Yes.
I do. Come with me. Is anybody else looking for some potential equipment, gear, clothing, anything like that? What are you looking for?
Not him.
Beatrice is very animated. Bitch loves shopping.
Just looking for some travel gear,
Travel.
something a little heavier.
Of course. And you, sir, what can I help you with?
Something a little more insulated, but still robe-like.
I have just the thing.
Nice.
And you, ma'am.
It's gonna be bright.
Can
and
I
I
help
don't
you?
want
I'm
it
looking for
bright.
something very tight, very form-fitting to show off my figure.
Everyone knows
And
the
it's
sluttier you
also
are, the
like-
warmer you feel.
A nice tight outfit for me.
I'm
Atris.
also looking for a potential new bow because mine's kind of raggedy, and if you can see the scratches on this one, it's really kind of.
It seems to be inaccurate.
Yeah, I think there's something it's like magically, it's bad.
Of course, friends.
Yeah.
I think every
Come with me.
fight Snape is just cursing.
And he leads you out. Out back, kind of around Volmiak's Keep, where there's a clearly like a horse-drawn, kind of covered caravan set up. And come, and you walk in, and what you expect to be it's almost like a Harry Potter moment. You walk, like you look around, and you half expect the space to be rather small and tight. You walk in, and it's large.
Sick.
Cavernous.
Not quite. You walk in, he has various kind of clothes hanging up. He has a couple of simpler weapons, some simple bows, swords, daggers, stuff like that, hanging on the wall. So you said that you were looking for some warmer clothing?
Yes, please.
Of course. Is there a certain style that you are after? I'm a man of clothing. I am a clothing trader.
I kind of look
By
down
trade.
at my own clothing, which is very much like just like woven pieces of whatever and like some leaves and shit. Like it's just. I'm like, yeah, just something that is warmer than what I'm currently wearing would be great.
Of course.
Sorry, out of character. Is there not like this is obvious? I think this is probably way too fancy for me. I was looking for like, where's the gear that the keep has, like that we have access to now? Is there like some fucking shitty cloaks? Because that's all I can afford. Like, would there be like
Yeah, we can
a
talk.
barracks or something?
Yeah, you know that there's a barracks there that has just really simple equipment.
Okay, all right.
So some warmer clothing. Describe to me what you're looking for. Something warmer, yes. What would you like?
Maybe like some pants and like a jacket.
Of course. And he kind of pulls out some articles of clothing. He pulls out some very nice looking fur-lined black leather, like a leather look pant. Handmade in Calabria. You know how they have the coldest winters in our fair country of Esmios. These will keep you warm up to about -40 degrees. And he kind of sets them out. He pulls out a shirt of a similar design, goes with it. And then he pulls out this cloak looks like it has a nice weight to it, and it's clearly some type of fur. Roll a nature check if you want to know what kind.
I kind of do.
Anybody want one?
I got a 10.
10. It looks like some kind of bear.
This cloak is gorgeous and it's clearly bare and
Humanely sourced.
okay, that makes me does feel better.
I only like going for more humane furs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a man of standards. But yes, it is a small village in Storodria where they use absolutely everything, from the skin to the organs
Okay,
to
that's
the
really
bone.
How much are they?
I like giggle.
So for the shirts and pants, I will say that they run for about 200 gold.
Alright.
And the cloak another 200.
I have a heart
Because I
attack.
get that
Die.
number.
Just can't get armor. You can wear it.
Sorry, the
Oh,
clothes
oh,
are
okay.
200.
You still can.
We
Yeah,
got
you
one.
can have like a suit
Well,
if you want.
Gotcha.
Actually, I would like
Oh.
to try on the
I
cloak
wish I
if I
could
can.
Absolutely. And just know I am a tailor.
Alright.
Magically.
Tips fedora
Yep.
murders.
I can make it fit however you would like, whether you want it to be a little bit bigger, whether you want it to be a bit snugger.
Take the sleeves
Let
off,
me know.
crop top, and mini skirt.
Hey,
Yes.
that's the way to
Let
go.
me know. I will happily do that for you, especially for the price of these objects.
Okay,
It
thank
will all be included.
I feel like I'm just kind of like waiting for him to finish talking. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I like grab the cloak and I put it on.
Mm. It's a big cloak.
Yeah. I turned to David. What do you think?
I think it looks very nice.
Are you Chris Farley right now?
I like
Down
your
by the
pose,
river.
lady.
Hey.
Yeah, I think it looks good.
Do you think it'll keep me warm enough? I don't know if I need pants. I don't like wearing pants.
Can you now, based on the size, like, can you like completely encase yourself in it? Then I would say yeah.
Zan, you're tall. Are you tall or short or
Yeah.
tall? Yeah, you're tall, but you're pretty lithe.
Mm-hmm.
So it wraps around you nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's it.
No, I think that's fair. If you don't like pants, this is a great way to go.
Yeah, and I do have those red wool socks that I got from.
That's true. You can always hike those up.
Ormkirk.
Perfect. You'll be fine then.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I will take the cloak.
Of course. And he kind of grabs the shirt and pants and he hangs them back up. Would you like me to do any alterations for you, or are you happy with the way it is?
No, I'm good
You're good?
at this.
Perfect.
I just turned to David and I'm like,
Turn
at
into a
this point, I
pantsuit.
just want to leave.
So 200
Smile.
gold, please.
Wait, me? Why?
I think you have all my money.
I don't think
I don't-
so.
I don't have any of my money things written down.
You guys, how much gold
did we
you
get? Like 10 each or something?
No, you guys don't.
It was like
Way more than that.
Oh.
So you
No.
guys.
No, but like 10,000 each.
No, less
It was
than
like
that.
10,000 divided by.
Oh, it was 10,000 when we got all
It
together.
was like 1,600. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I gave
2,500.
Because I
You
gave
should have your
300
own.
of mine to
Should I
him
be the same?
for him to buy the robes, and he didn't buy the robes.
I know. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
so
sit
you
on
have
it. Don't worry.
16.
So
I
how
know
much
I
does Carmen
forgot.
have?
I put the
1,600.
investment
Me
in
too.
for the ladder.
I know.
I'm just like blown away that you just dropped 200 gold. I gave you 5 gold back from gambling, like it was a big deal for me. I'm like, I've never had more than like 50.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
600 and I gave him like 300.
There's a reason we have this
I don't
much
think-
gold. We
I
don't
don't
spend
think
our money on frivolous
honestly-
gambling.
Do you say that to me in character? Like, are you visibly
No, I would just
upset?
be like,
What
this place is
am I getting
way
into?
out of my class. Like, I'm just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Do you want something?
No, I'm good.
Are you sure? Like, I could get you something.
No,
I have tried to
it's
get this man to buy
fine.
my wares the entire time I was here. He is a bit more frugal than
I
what
just
my
need,
normal
like, a
clientele
blanket.
are.
Do you want? I literally I start gesturing.
Like pouring gold all over the
I'll make it rain.
Alright, I'm alright. Thank you. Thank you.
So
I don't really-
200 gold, please.
Okay.
And he takes
Yeah.
Dirty money.
Take it. Take
it.
my money.
You hand him the 200 gold, and as you go to put it in his hand, it just
Oh man.
vanishes.
All these
Bye.
fucking storekeepers with their magic, man.
And for you, sir, what can I help you with? And he kind of gives you like almost like a flirtatious grin.
I'm like, I would like uncomfortable visibly, a robe that's warm and of a dark color.
Of a dark color. Got
Mhm.
it. He turns and begins
It's a
going
dark
through-
rainbow robe. Fuck.
He pulls out a white one. He's like, no. And
White is the new
What's
black.
he pulls out a robe. Roll a nature check.
Oh god. I am so ill prepared. I think my dice are not even on the table.
It's a cloak of snakes.
Except for I need this one.
Oh, okay.
Snake.
Sorry.
You
I don't
can't
have my
move ever.
D20 in that set, sadly.
Yeah. It's under my coat.
And I forgot until like the last minute too. Okay, I definitely know. Unless it's really ridiculously high. Nature? 18.
18. You recognize this fur from actually the battlefield earlier that day.
Oh.
This is a direwolf's pelt.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh yes, I would recognize that.
It starts off white, kind of at the base,
Mhm.
but like a kind of a not even white, like a silvery color.
Okay.
And turns black.
Ooh, I like this. Yep.
It gives
Sign
like
me
a
up.
very nice soft sheen.
Yeah.
And he pulls
I
it
look
out.
at it and I'm like, oh god, I hope that doesn't cost a lot of money. He's absolutely gonna want that.
Does it shoot ladders?
Don't tell them that I let you never say that you're interested. It's alright, I guess. Can I roll a deception check with disadvantage?
I like that you gave yourself disadvantage.
That's a good start.
Or bet. He just rolled insight.
13.
He got a natural 20.
Nice.
He's a salesman. He kind of chuckles. This is a direwolf from the highest hills of Unice. It was recently procured by me at a trade show that I was at earlier. As per all of my furs, it was ethically sourced. Everything from the animal was used, and it is not an endangered species.
Seems pretty nice. How much would it cost me?
350 gold. It is not a cheap pelt, but it will keep you warm in the coldest of winters.
Nor is it endangered. Why so expensive?
It is lined, and he opens up the cloak, and you see it's beautifully lined in kind of like a fleece.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It has
Okay.
some kind of like pockets, and it's made out of like a lovely silk material.
Anything that could like hold like mushrooms that slightly decay.
There's like a little leather. There's a little
Oh.
leather pouch. In
Is there like a
the-
portable fridge one?
Yeah. Is there any cooling systems? Feel like
Something that breathes.
yeah. Should be like active wear.
Do you have any Under Armour?
But he smiles and
Yeah.
trust me when I tell you that this cloak is worth it. I have one of my own for when I travel up further to where it's a bit colder. and it is very much worth every penny.
Okay, I'll hand him over the money. I think it's a good investment, and I'll look baller as fuck.
And
Um,
I encourage
fuck.
you.
Yeah.
you put it on.
Start
You're
from
gonna
the
look
bottom. No.
You put it on, and it is a beautiful cloak.
Nice.
It's very warm, but you can like you're not dying in it, sort of thing. You feel like there might be some kind of magic imbued into it, allowing for it to be a bit more breathable.
Yeah. Nice. Okay.
And it's you kind of see that it's lined along the cowl.
Okay.
With like almost like the tail sort of thing, like
Oh,
for like a
oh
bit
yeah,
of a
like, yeah.
thicker-
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Now you said there's like a magical property to it. Can
Yeah.
I like roll an Arcana or something? Like get an idea if there's actually a
You already have
magical
an
spell?
idea. It just
It
allows
just
you.
makes it nicer. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine with me. I just wanted to make sure I didn't have to get +2 to charisma, but -2 to intelligence.
No. There's a.
Enchanted with stars.
There is no
Yeah,
particular
exactly.
wizard class, so I've made one.
Okay, cool.
Homebrew spells for those who want to be a
Are you
tailor.
with us, Kargar?
No.
No. Okay. So this would have prompted me to remember that I owe him money. So-
And you, miss, what can I help you with? He does not smile at you as flirtily as he smiled at David.
He's good.
What am I, fucking chopped liver? Is that why he doesn't like me?
No,
Or
he just
what?
wants this dick.
He wants the.
He's a very flamboyant man. Roll an insight check if you want.
You're too ripped, okay?
Yeah.
David's not as
No,
ripped.
I trust that he
I have a
knows. I'm a-
slight dad bod going
Exactly.
on. Too many mushrooms.
He likes
not
the
enough
he
activity.
likes the dad bod, not the ripped actress.
Yeah.
Too many mushrooms.
Can I shapeshift into a dad bod?
Yeah.
You should have.
You can if you want, but like, why?
I don't know. I'm looking for something, something that keeps me in the shadows or mud, because I'm really good at hiding. So, like, if that would be good.
Or
And he
something that
looks-
helps hit.
He looks at your cloak. Well, it appears that you already have a cloak of elven kind. I believe that is one of the best things that you could get, and I unfortunately would not be able to get you much better. I have some articles of clothing that would boost your charisma. That would boost charisma. I don't have anything that could potentially boost other abilities, though.
Am I supposed to? Was that like a
I'll
hint to me
take
that I should get that?
You would like a charisma boost?
Yes.
He looks at you and chuckles for a moment before walking back.
I'm gonna spend all my money. This
he
is my
walks-
most important stat.
He walks back out with a box.
Not gonna do it.
He opens the
What's
box.
in the box? Just kidding.
He opens the box, and in it, you can see leather lingerie.
Damn.
No.
That's the word is fuck.
Instantly disappointed.
Out of character. When this lingerie is seen,
Yes.
it gives you a +2 bonus to charisma.
Oh. So
To any charisma.
I just like the idea. Battle. Fight.
So,
Hold on, I gotta cast a spell. Wow! Just like tear away pants.
Just rip off this dire wolf cloak. Hello, boys.
Just a cloak and the lingerie.
Wait.
So it's like the wind blows and you can
I
see.
look like Captain Underpants.
It's like that Almighty movie.
Yeah, Bruce Almighty is exactly what I was thinking of with the hands.
Yeah.
Fuck.
don't worry, we'll.
I don't know that I +2.
Okay. Just, on this
The
thing.
problem is that is so valuable for my stats. Do I?
This would not impact
Does it?
attack rolls.
Oh, then I don't care.
It would impact deception checks.
I don't have a +8 to all of those things.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
But it would do like deception,
Okay.
performance, stuff like
Does that
that.
have to be seen the whole time, or can you just flash it real quick? Let him see the goods
Like
real
a
quick.
nip,
and
a
then-
nip slip.
Yeah, exactly.
If
Oh,
anyone buys it, we'll
really?
talk. However, I do not believe I have anything that would help stealth more than what you already possess. Is there anything else I can get for you?
Thinking like
No, clothing wise, I think I'll
thinking like the
just
guy
freeze to
left.
death. That's fine, thanks.
He nods.
So
Now you did mention
baller.
that you were looking for a new bow and arrow.
Yeah, I mean, if you have something, if not, if you could just repair this one, that would be good too. Thanks.
Holds up 10.
He takes it and he kind of admires it for a moment. I will warn you, I am not necessarily a weapons dealer, but I have repaired a few of these in my time, and I will gladly look after it for you and return it to you this evening.
I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course. Sir, would you like me to alter the cloak at all, or are you happy with how it fits? It is massive.
Oh, it's too big.
It's big. It's pretty roomy on you.
Okay.
Like dark.
Keep it. I want to sleep in it.
No, I would like it altered. I like it a little bit more form-fitting, I guess.
Of course. And
Is
he
there a
takes it.
mantling option?
Yeah.
I believe I have seen you with the large orcish fellow
Yes.
at the bar.
Oh.
Mhm,
I
that's correct.
can I'll return it to you at the Black Axe this evening.
What does
He
he have to
likes
do with
the
anything?
large bird.
He's just notable.
Ah.
So
Ah.
Yeah.
I like, yeah, literally.
Every town, someone's hitting on Kargok. Make it stop,
he
please.
chuckles and he's like, no, not like that. He's just a very tall man, and you don't see many half-orcs around.
Wink.
Except for the one also in the bar, who's also big and
He's already swung and a missed without.
Yeah.
He also is looking to fill out his mantle of trophies.
oh god.
And he looks at you. Are you sure I cannot get you anything?
No, I'm good, thanks.
I'll get you to buy something from me one day, but
Are we
until
still
that
talking
day,
about robes here?
if that is all
I'm not gonna
plans,
do-
I will see you this evening at the bar. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day
Evening.
and enjoy the cloak. And he gestures to Zan,
Thank you very much.
and he kind of like get out.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
If I can't fuck you, leave.
So yeah, you want to go to the barracks.
On the bright side, you could
Yeah.
get some free
Easy enough.
clothes.
You head to the
wanted to
barracks.
bend your sexuality
I
a
might
little
lose a lot of clothes.
bit.
You head to the barracks,
Heyo.
and
Oh.
yeah, it's pretty much open. There's nobody. There's a few people kind of coming and going, various champions.
Yeah.
And you know that it's basically like just grab what you need.
Just grab what you need. What's
It's
there?
It's not the best equipment. There's some kind of old dark green cloaks that the champions all wear. There's some old swords. There's like a warhammer that's locked that you know is Hazelin's.
Yeah.
She has a lot of weapons. Yeah. There's like some bow and arrows. There's just basic, simple melee and ranged weapons.
Okay. I'm just looking for a travel cloak. Something that's
Yeah,
a little
there's-
heavier.
Yeah, the dark green.
Rations. Do you guys do rations?
I keep a general tally, but nothing serious.
Okay.
I always say, like, I always just kind of keep in mind that whenever you guys get to town, people refill their rations.
Oh, okay.
Yep, definitely.
I coddle the hell out of you guys.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Healing potions and stuff, or whatever it is.
There is no healing potions here.
No, not this time.
You know that you have to talk to the librarian Zeta. And that she can give you
Somebody
info.
needs to take these
Okay.
away from me.
We had a bowl for them.
Is that everything you're kind of looking for then?
That's basically it. I only have a
Okay.
little bit of money. I just gear up, so it's like the standard
Yep.
traveler's backpack. Crap.
Yeah, you find basically everything you're looking for. It's nothing fancy and flamboyant like the dire wolf and the bear cloak.
Yeah.
That was just acquired.
Okay, I'll just make up a list.
Okay.
For my
Yeah,
so-
and let me know the list.
Is there?
The only one that you're probably gonna have difficulties finding is the health potion. There is none in the barracks. You know you have to talk to Zeta about it. Alright. Kargok,
Yes.
you are trying to find redemption.
Trying to find. Do I know where she would be?
No. Roll an investigation check.
Is he with a group?
No, he
Okay.
was elsewhere. Don't worry, you're coming in soon.
Oh
Was-
no.
Wasn't sure.
Damn it. 9.
You are unable to find redemption.
Shit.
You kind of you see all your friends leave, and you're like, well, I'm gonna go find redemption.
No. I had so
So-
much good character building.
You continue to walk around, and you don't find redemption herself, but you do find Orion. You see him and Yildrin are sitting, and you can see Yildrin like focusing on a bird above
Oh,
him,
nice.
and you watch his eyes flare, and the bird stops mid-flight. and he grins and he begins to kind of like, you see him kind of move his hands, and the bird's kind of flapping its wings, following his actions before he drops it. And, did you see that, Dad? Did I do good? Did I do a good job? And Orion's just like, and he chuckles. Yes, you did. You did a very good job. He looks up. Oh, Kargok, was it?
Yes, Kargok.
Yes. Hi. What can I help you with?
Me looking for your wife. Unfortunate thing happened in Pit. I was told.
Yes, you're rather unconscious. And he kind of chuckles and he's like, weren't you the one that said that you would take it easy on her?
Me did take it easy on her. She did not take easy on me.
And he chuckles and he goes, right. I have also learned the hard way not to take it easy on her.
It was also me have no friend helping.
He was hiding and talking shit.
Obviously.
I'm not...
Me need to talk to Redemption.
I'm not entirely sure what happened in the pit between you and your friend. If I know Redemption, she's probably in the temple. If you want, I can lead you there. And if she's in her back office, I can maybe get her out. She seemed rather upset.
Okay.
Alright?
Also, do I know what the hell he was doing with that freaky stuff? Is that like...
Roll an arcana check.
Is that necromancy or is that like druidish? Yeah. That's 14.
You have no idea.
Freaky
Damn.
as hell though.
Fucking, yeah.
You're welcome to ask.
What is that shit?
Yeah. Yildred,
Yeah! Hi!
control birds?
Yeah! So, from my
I love this kid.
from my dad, I inherited something called blood magic, and it's really, really cool. So essentially, I can control other people. It's called blood puppet.
Ooh.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah! And Orion just... okay, so... Excuse his brashness. My family comes from an ancient family from Astana. Roll a history check.
There's no lore views. Oh no. Not like this. It's not good though. 4.
You have no idea what Astana is. My family is an ancient bloodline from Astana.
What's a Astana? Loophole.
We're gonna be here forever.
Basically.
Wait, what's this? Wait, no, but what's that? Oh god.
And he's
It's like a
walking
toddler
with
in the
you.
what stage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just getting the lore dump for you guys.
Why?
Don't worry.
Astana is an island off the coast of southeastern Esmios. It's where, it's where the primary drow and underdark population live. So dark gnomes, drow,
That sounds terrible.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
My family is an ancient family there, one of the ruling families. And when I was young, we were hunted and slaughtered for our gift. So I fled and came here.
Island no longer safe.
As safe as I can be. But the magic that runs through myself and my son's veins allows us to control and manipulate blood. Consider it a form of, and he kind of looks at you and he kind of has a feeling you're not quite getting it.
Yeah.
Consider it a form of necromancy, almost.
Mm.
I know your friend is very fond of necromantic magic.
When can he do that? Can you teach him?
Unfortunately, it's not something that can be taught. It's more of a gift.
Like me muscles.
Sure. And he continues on. So, do you know what happened on the field or no with Redemption?
Me pass out, me wake up, me be told Redemption angry.
Right. Well, and at this point you guys are at the temple. Yildren's very quiet. beside his father. He seems to be a little nervous at the idea of his mom being so angry. And he opens the door to the temple. You see sitting in the temple, the very open room with some pews with some iconography of various gods. You see Redemption sitting by the Raven Queen's raven silhouette.
Is she praying?
I'm sorry. It's like quiet. She praying? Sorry.
Yo, you praying?
You walk a little closer, and you see that she is sitting there. The obsidian staff in front of her. Her eyes are closed, and the ruby is giving off a soft glow that it wasn't earlier. You see her kind of, like, she almost flinches a few times, but she's there.
I'm gonna just whisper to her. It's okay if I sit next to her.
Again. If I were you, I would leave her to her devices.
Damn it.
What
It's all for
happened?
naught.
If what I believe happened, yeah, we best leave her alone.
Does he know?
You don't know. You're not there.
You just know
Okay, sorry.
don't know. I for sure don't know.
So can I lead you anywhere else?
Yeah, me friends go to
They're like
shop.
there.
And we also want to go to shop.
Oh, well, they're probably with the merchants then. Come on. You'll drink. Come on, let's go get dinner. Okay! And he leads the three of you to the shop, and as you're walking out, like as you're walking towards them, you see your friends kind of round the corner coming back out front.
Looking like ballers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that
Daddy.
you see that Zan is now
It's the
wearing a
motherfucking
very
DOWG.
nice dark brown pelt.
Nice.
It has like
Go.
kind of talons.
Yeah.
It has like around the cowl. It has like the talons from the bear, like
Oh,
along as like clasps,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Sick.
like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Collar jacket.
As I see Kargak, I gesture to him and be like, when we were in the shop, I realized that you had given me money to buy a robe, in which I never bought, so I want to give him back his money.
I'm not gonna
Was
take it though.
No?
No. I'm
Why?
not.
Why?
You keep
You don't need to do that. Well, if you're ever short cash, you know
Can
where
I
to
have,
get some.
this and that. This is a
Yeah.
backstory.
And I'm gonna be a nice coat to
They're
them.
not they're not terrible.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah.
Bear.
Ooh, exotic.
I'm thinking you guys might be able to start calling me like Bear Queen. You know, look how much bears I sent on that.
Mama
fucking
bear.
Cleric earlier.
It's
Mama
at this point.
Boss has
Bear.
to.
Zan, it's at this point that you notice
There you
the
go.
sun grow dark.
Fucking
Ah. You're not the bear god, I'm the bear. It starts raining bears.
Something covers the sun,
We have learned the seventh
look up.
dark six.
and you recognize it immediately. That's a rock.
What?
A very large bird
Oh.
that you recognize from your home.
You're like,
As
what?
one of the
That was a
That was an
meteor.
actual rock. I was like, ah!
It's a meteor.
I was like Final Fantasy VII flashbacks.
Oh man.
You
Okay.
recognize it as a rock. One of the apex predators in the Hilnian woods. As it comes
That's a
and
nice
soars
boulder.
down.
Your little giggle is squinted over there.
Sorry.
As it soars down and lands kind of in the So you guys are here.
Oh shit.
It lands kind of over here,
Okay.
and it.
Yeah.
You see on the back of this rock is Novora.
Hey guys.
Her hair is completely windswept. It's a disaster. Elliot is holding on to her, looking absolutely miserable.
Ellie and the platypus, right?
Yep.
It's actually now a moose. I now wear a moose around my neck.
The little white fox is just holding on to its mom for dear fucking life. It looked like it's shaking. It's like, and the rock extends its wings and allows you to kind of.
Jeez, your squirrel looks a little worse for the wear.
Let's fix my hair here, guys. Hey. Hey.
Let me just get my hair.
Yeah. Okay, we're good. Well, that was
Let's do it.
that was fun. Thanks, friends. Hi guys. Hi.
Yeah, where'd you get the bird?
I brought someone. It's the bird.
Someone.
I found the elk. I found it.
You brought a rock?
I brought an elk or an elf.
Okay.
Can you come back now?
You watch as like Animorph style, the rock shifts back.
The Rock.
You
Dwayne.
recognize her.
Wait,
Yeah.
Dwayne's here.
This is your cousin, Callie. You haven't seen her
My
in
idol.
hundreds of years.
Yeah,
And
I
Cartman's idol,
immediately
The
run up
Rock.
and embrace her.
She, like, she's a little bit taller than you. It was something she used to tease you about as kids, but immediately just pulls you into the tightest hug and goes, "Oh my God, Zan, you're alive!" And just holding on. You
I
can
found her
hear-
family.
You feel her like shaking almost as she's
I'm, like,
crying.
proud
There's
of
no
myself.
Zan now. Only
and
Mama
just
Bear.
holding on to you as tight as
Aw.
she can.
Yeah,
Look at the kitty.
I feel like I know, he's being such a fucking baby right now.
He's tucked in.
He's a little baby. Yeah, I feel like I just embrace her for a moment, and then like once she starts to calm down a little bit, I go, "What?
The top message.
Why are you so distraught?"
She pulls back and she cups your face and she's like, "We thought you died.
Why?
We heard about
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
neat, right?
what happened and with the grotto. We heard that it was destroyed and nobody was able to get a hold of you. No one's been able to get a hold of the elders for weeks since it happened. They've kind of been off in the wind, including grandmother. And we thought the worst. But you're here. You're
Yeah.
alive.
My husband, David, and I were able to.
Husband.
I just kind of like smile, like.
Right, yeah, okay. Husband?
Nice to meet you. I'm David.
Callie, and she extends a hand, shakes your
This is
hand.
my cousin.
Our fathers are brothers.
Oh, okay. That's never mind.
Two brothers. Sorry. Chaps.
She, so you left Unisay. What brings you out here then?
Out here, well, I mean, this quest is quite a new one. The last few years I've spent in the grotto was meeting my husband and working with the children there, but since its destruction, I think David's been looking for answers and I have just the same. So, at this point we're on a quest to figure out what's destroying all of these small towns. And
Show her the purple stuff.
It's not like that. It's
Well, no, but I wanted to show her the purple stuff. She likes fungus.
Oh my god. I cannot get the idea that she is the blonde chick from Josie and the Pussycat Dolls out of my head.
Oh my god.
The drummer. That's all I think
Yeah.
of whenever you play this character.
I like her silly laugh
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah, she's just like, look at it.
Just
Look at the weird thing.
Oh my god, I want to show her the purple
Yeah,
stuff.
it's so.
she pulls out
She
a
is Elf Child.
Yeah, literally. Sorry.
she pulls out a leather pouch and
I
hands
only
it
have
to
one
you. Well,
child
maybe
now,
you will
so at
recognize
times.
it. And she just gives you this leather pouch.
Okay.
Don't touch it. Whatever you do, and she kind of holds up her own fingers, and you can see that slight decay.
Mm-hmm.
has started on it.
I kind of pull Dave in closer as we both look and try and see if we can identify.
Nature checks.
This fungus you eat?
Nope.
Probably
I
not.
got an 8.
New character.
It looks edible.
Because I
It looks
asked.
edible.
I'm also
Is it 8?
rolling.
Don't even.
I eat her hand.
I got
David.
12.
Nice to meet you.
You're not there.
What?
Well, I mean, you are there, but are you like?
I just asked if that's the stuff they eat, and that's why I rolled.
It is not.
Damn it.
18.
18.
Ooh. Not good.
This fungus is extremely necrotic.
Okay.
Even smelling it
Fungus.
appears to like leave like a burn. Yeah, extremely necrotic. It's not like anything you've ever seen before, but there seems to be a very strong poison imbued in the fungus.
Okay. Serious stuff. Where did you get this?
My
well,
forest. Like that's what destroyed my forest. Is this purple stuff is everywhere.
Interesting.
Huh. Where were you traveling where you got that? Was it in the same location as her family?
Yeah, the Madril Woods. It's about a day and a half, or 2 hours if you're.
Guys, this
by
is
flight.
my elk that I had to follow. It turned into her.
Yeah, honey, we can't.
It's weird.
I just kind of, I put my hand on
I'm
her
like
shoulder.
so confused.
Is it-
Can I wild shape into something really weird right now? Just
A
What
walrus.
can you wild shape into?
A walrus.
Like what?
walking and swimming.
A walrus.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking.
God damn it, a walrus.
Giant crocodiles also frequent the
Octopus.
forest.
Yeah, a giant crocodile. So I transform into a giant crocodile just right in front of your eyes.
Hi.
They are
Why?
They are both
Why?
And then I go, snap, snap. And then I transform back into myself and I go, we're druids, honey. This is just something that happens.
I just don't understand.
Is it
Why I
time
was
for Elk
supposed
Child's
to-
bed?
They clearly mistook her for real elk.
Well, I'm pretty good at what I do. What can I say? My elk's pretty spot on.
Don't go near the bar. Half orc have bounty on you.
But I'm not an elk anymore.
Still scary.
And that's coming from him.
He got many trophies.
Just be a
Don't be
bear
another
next
one.
time. Don't worry about
So
it.
what have you guys been up to?
What have we been up to? We got our asses kicked in a duel.
Yeah, you're looking around.
you
They
were-
look rough.
Yeah, like I'm like
we're hurt.
so.
We're balling in
Where'd you guys get
our
the new
clothing,
threads,
but our
though?
appearance is very
I
injured.
healed everyone
Yeah.
except for you.
I'm
We-
hurt. Yeah, I'm like
Gain new trust of town. We had to fight champions.
Without
Did not go well.
That was because I was nice.
You see
Yeah.
with the group, who you haven't met him.
Yeah.
The short drow elven man, with white hair, and standing beside him is a human man, brown hair, kind of tousled, a scar on his face.
Oh.
and we've met another another friend, I guess. I don't know what other word to use at the moment.
To describe who.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, I see.
And you notice that he has a weird hook for a hand.
Oh yes.
Hi.
He healed us, so we're keeping him.
Yeah, we'll probably need you.
Yeah.
And Orion kind of leans over to you. He's like, "Yeah, they're gonna need you."
Oh boy.
We're creating a weird stereotype where one cleric leaves, another one joins.
Oh no,
Must
it's
be
like a
rotating
horror
cleric.
movie.
Yeah. If we get another cleric, we should fear for the other one's
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. Why are you wearing a red shirt right now?
Why are you doing
I
that?
just like this color.
Yeah. What's this? A trap? Ah.
Callie just kind of looks around. She's like, so I don't know about you guys. I've been living off of grass for the past few weeks.
Drinks.
I'm starving.
Drinks. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go.
Do we have mushroom wine here?
Ah.
You could go ask.
I like her already.
Mushroom wine.
I kind of tapped
Kargok.
David on the shoulder.
Kargok.
Like, she's our kind of people, honey.
We'll get beers.
Me. Oh, I'll join you after.
I don't know if
Me
they
get a
have
new
mushroom
outfit.
wine, but my god, would I be ecstatic if they did.
It's so good, right?
Yes.
Let's go find out.
No, but
Why not?
now let's get to brass tacks. What type of mushroom wine is your favorite?
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
I love
I
the
see a little
the
pause
blue
and I say no.
mushroom wine.
Oh yes, I agree. How dry.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's it pairs really nicely with red meats.
Oh yes. Oh, I haven't tried that actually.
It's very good.
We didn't have a lot of red meat in the grotto.
Character, do
Just
I know
fish.
what Piper is?
No, Piper's not with the group.
Okay, so yeah, I just like want Kargok.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Piper?
Piper in school right now.
School?
Piper in school right now.
You've missed a little bit.
You see like one tear.
Everything okay? Me not upset, you upset.
If we talk about it more, I'll fight
you. Is it raining?
Oh, it's dusty.
Me,
I just kind of like
Elion
we all together
Elion
at
runs
this point.
over.
I tap,
me.
you know, Kargok on the shoulder. I'm like, she'll come back, honey. Like, she'll be back.
Have you met Orion?
Can Elion just run over and
Yeah,
kind of like
Elion,
give him like a little like?
Elliot
Fine,
kind of like
yeah.
runs up your
Yeah.
runs up your armor and like kind of curls around your neck because that's what he does to Navora when she's sad. So he does it to you.
All
He's
right.
like, get this
I have,
platypus
like,
off
rid-
of me.
Okay.
And he's,
Well, I'm like, have you met Orion?
and the drow, shorter drow man, white hair, with like a soft red glow to his pupilless eyes, smiles and goes, "Hi, it's a pleasure. I don't believe we've met."
Navora.
He make blood pack to keep Piper safe. He don't keep blood pack. You hunt.
Yeah. She's like grips tighter.
He keep
On
Pi-
my own child's life,
he keep Piper safe.
I swear Piper will be safe.
There you go.
Dad, you really gotta stop swearing on my life. It's getting a little old. You see the
You're a blood cleric,
You
he'll
won't
be
be
fine.
getting old if Piper not safe.
He won't be getting
before you see a little half drow, half tiefling child. So he has his father's white hair, but with like little horns
Oh hi.
poking through.
You're cute.
Hi, I'm Yildrin. We met a little while ago, but you may not remember me because I don't know. But yeah, hi.
You met him.
I did.
You
when?
did meet him. He
Oh,
greeted us
okay.
after the portal.
Oh
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Hi.
hi.
Yeah. Cute kid.
Hi. He's wearing like simple black clothing, but with a black cloak with a raven feather cowl around it, very similar to his mother's. So I'm really hungry. So let's get dinner.
Sounds like a good idea.
Thanks, Butcher. I think so. And he immediately starts going into the bar, and Orion's just.
One energetic one, that is.
Who gave the child? Okay.
That's just children.
That's just childhood energy, man.
Can confirm that is just child energy.
He is going to be the death of me. And he follows his son inside. Callie kind of looks at you guys and she's like, dinner sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Fantastic. Oh, hi. For everyone who is not my cousin or my cousin-in-law, Callie, hi.
Oh,
My cousin.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Kargok.
And cool. I already know you. And what about you, miss? What's your name?
HS. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
She's a strong silent type.
Cool.
Strong.
It's an inaccurate silent type.
An interesting thing to say to a friend.
It's merely in jest.
Right. Cool. All right. Food. You all head inside, and as you head inside for the first time since the morning, it's pretty rowdy in there. Like a lot of people are in there for dinner. Tables are full. Card games are going. Dice is going. There's a bard playing just various music in the back, and you actually see Piper sitting at a table. She's sitting with a human woman.
Does she have friends with her?
No, she's just by herself with this human woman who's like probably in her late 30s.
Yeah.
Red hair with like a little bit of a curl to it, pulled back and like kind of like a half updo.
Mm-hmm.
And the two of them are clearly working on some kind of homework.
Schoolwork? I will not interrupt that. Schoolwork is very important.
So, yeah. That's really the only table with available seating.
Oh, just
At
kidding.
it.
We're gonna interrupt it.
Just sit on the floor.
You're like.
There's also the bar.
Well,
Yeah,
we'll see.
I'm gonna head straight to the bar.
Head straight to the bar.
Yeah.
Grimog, a half-orc
Be real.
man, older. He has a scar that runs from this side of his face down,
That's
blind in one
sexy.
eye,
Yes.
and the tusk is broken off.
Cool.
The other side, above him, is 3 mounted heads of various beasts
Very attractive.
that he has very proudly hunted and killed.
He's a good-looking dude.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Get going on it.
So
You just don't want to be the only one.
Did you get that
going
up
on
there?
it.
Yeah, kinda.
Where is it then?
Right there. And I like point to what's her face? Callie.
I don't get it.
Me
That's not an elf. 2 letters wrong there. Elf doesn't equal elk. I'm really sorry.
Are you
Yeah.
drunk already?
I'll tell you over a beer.
Sounds good. And he goes and
Oh, shit.
he pours you. The beer here is not good. You've had one before,
That's okay.
but it does the job.
Yeah.
He's pretty good after 6.
He slides
3
beer over to you guys. So do you guys go and sit with Piper and the red-haired woman? Or-
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think so.
Curious to see how she's doing.
Piper looks up.
Sound bored.
Yeah, legit.
What has she learned? I have a shiv. I'm not afraid to use it. I'll be so proud. I'll cry.
Good
I'll
at
cry
sex,
again.
Apparently.
I'll cry again twice in one day.
In a voice that you don't recognize.
Ooh.
She grins and she goes, Dad!
Everyone's gonna cry.
Yeah, all of the girls simultaneously. I feel like even Atris, like very
Yup, yup.
but it's just like.
I'm like, something is in my throat.
Hi, Piper. Learn good in school?
And she looks and, like, clearly trying to piece words together, but not quite there yet. Learn good in school.
Make friends?
Friends.
Friends.
The human woman who you recognize as Julia. She is the teacher.
Oh, okay.
She smiles and nods and kind of ruffles her feathers a little bit, and she's like, you recognize that Dad is her voice.
No.
You have quite a smart girl here.
Mm.
She's a good addition to the class.
Very brilliant.
Takes after father.
Just not.
Just so I take it you are the father then. My name is Julia. I am the teacher for the younger kids. I guess I will leave. I'm just trying to get her caught up with the rest of them. But it's time, and she kind of looks at Piper. It's time just for fun now because school, you have to have a good balance. And Piper looks, good balance, and she's like, yes, of course. And she kind of ruffles her feathers again, and she extends a hand towards you and just, I promise I'll take very good care of her. Are you the folks? So you must be the folks that are new in town. I heard you might be going to the library.
Yes.
Good luck. That's my mother,
No.
Zeta. Good luck.
She's we've met. That's one that we fought, right?
No, you haven't. You
Oh.
haven't met Zeta yet.
Oh, okay.
My mother is a something.
Redemption said she's scared of her, so.
Yep. Yeah.
And my ass to her. I'm just kidding.
And she smiles and just just don't bend the pages. Don't be loud. Hushed voices. You might have some trouble.
me stay out.
Yeah.
Me stay out.
Yeah.
Me stay out.
And she looks at Zan and goes, you should be okay. You're okay. You seem like you are good with books. So you should, basically everyone will be okay but you. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's not that she's racist towards half-orcs.
No.
I know your voice now based on Piper.
Me loud.
I've heard some things from Piper.
Not me.
No, it wasn't your voice. I don't know whose voice it is yet. But we're working on it. We're changing it. We're working on it. Kenku children can be very difficult, but we're doing it.
Have you had lots of experience with Kenku?
I've traveled. I did some tutoring up in northern Unisay, up in the peninsula. And I helped teach some of the Kenku children there, just in more or less fortunate areas. But that's really about it. I'm as qualified as any around here.
Seems like you're doing a wonderful job.
Thanks. I'm trying. I take a lot of pride in my
clearly
work.
care very much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
of course. Anyway, I will let you folks.
One quick question, out
course,
of character.
yeah.
Sorry. What race is she? Sorry.
She's a human. So she is a human woman.
Gross.
It
When it
Yeah.
is a human.
Aren't you a human butcher?
Yeah.
Ugh,
Boringest.
basic. He can't see in the dark.
I have a bunch of torches. I'm like,
It's
I need to
still-
have torches because everyone's gonna be like, oh,
The
yeah, we'll walk into the cave. I'll be like, where the fuck are y'all going?
Can you shut the light off? Fuck.
She's a human woman. Red, like kind of red hair that goes to about mid-shoulder. That's tied back pretty loosely.
Yeah.
Big brown eyes, kind smile. Lighter skin, though, like clearly tanned. Yeah, and she just kind of smiles kindly and goes, "Well, have a great night, guys, and I will see you first thing in the morning, Piper."
I think Atris has a question.
Sorry, it wasn't unmuting. It's out of character though. But
Okay.
can with Kenkus, do they always speak like if Piper learns dad from this woman at age 5, at age like 20, will she always use that voice,
Roll.
or will she eventually like monolith everything into one voice
She
of her
will
own?
eventually kind of find a voice that she likes.
Oh, and kind of go with that. Okay.
Yeah, and be able to kind of piece the words together. She's just not there yet. But yeah, so Julia kind of smiles and nods and goes, "Well, have a great night, guys." And she,
You as well.
"Thank you," and she heads out.
I'm going back. I'm roaming over to the table now.
I would like to go
Oh,
order
that's the
some food.
Yeah, Grandma comes over. He grabs everyone's order. Callie kind of looks and she's like, mushroom wine?" And Grimmack looks and he's just like, what is with you folks and mushrooms?"
You folks.
That's
You
Yeah.
people.
Fired from
Technically answer the
Coach's corner.
They,
Mushroom wine?
No.
I'm gonna speak in Orc. I'm like, they actually literally grew up in a cave.
I
They
feel like
grew up
every
in a
time that he
cave.
comes near us now, we'll just go,
You guys are so pretentious. You're like double pump, half foam.
It's true though. That is the best way to drink mushroom wine.
Double pump that foam.
Yep, and an ice cube drop from 3 feet.
With a
With a-
spritz of vanilla.
And an
Graced
attitude
by
of
the pool.
remorse.
But yeah, he eventually grabs all your orders and, with what mushrooms he can scrounge up. There's no mushroom wine. Because that is a secret thing that he does not
It's
know
only
what
in the
to do.
grotto.
And he
One
he heads back.
One can hope.
So Callie is sitting and so yeah, your dad is being a little well, he's being your dad.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. So we got an SOS from the Madrigal Circle, which you recognize as basically, if the Druid Circle is like a pyramid, the Madrigal Circle is like the CEO.
Right.
They are the heads. They're where all other Druid Circles came from.
Mm-hmm.
They're like the mother
Mm-hmm.
of Druid Circles.
Okay.
The Madrigal Circle kind of called for help, and he said that it wasn't our problem and that we didn't have to deal with it. And then,
Typical dad stuff.
yeah, typical xenophobic, doesn't want to deal with anything other than the Hillnean Woods.
Xenophobic.
He hates you?
I get elbowed in the ribs. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, he wouldn't help them. So I tried to talk to some of the other people, my dad, my mom, just anyone that would listen. Nobody would listen. So I just left to see what was going on. Army of me.
Honestly, that's exactly why I left. I foresaw this happening. My parents are who they are, and
Your mother is missed. She really helped with your
and I mean the only person that I ever really was close with was Grandma, and
she's AWOL. Nobody can get into contact with her right now.
exactly. Although I have been told that the spiders are watching me.
Well, you always had a thing with spiders, didn't you?
I did, but I don't really know how this person would know that.
I can start looking through some archives if you want. I can't stay much longer. I've already been away for about a month, and that's a bit too long to be away from home.
That's fair. You can always make a new home. And I kind of grab David's hand and hold his hand at the table.
And she smiles. She is very clear that she's happy to see you happy. She, you two grew up together.
Yeah.
She's happy to see you finally find your person. And,
Ooh. Aww.
And she smiles and nods. Yeah, but I don't know. With everything going on, they need someone there who actually gives a fuck about more than just power and titles and that shit. They need someone that actually cares about the land and the forest.
Yeah.
So I'll probably stay the night. I don't know. There's some kind of darkness starting in along the edges of the Hilmian woods.
That's exactly what we're seeking to figure out.
Well, if you ever find yourself in town, you know how to find me.
Of course.
But for now, well, there's no mushroom wine. I don't really know what else there is to drink. And she kind of looks.
I gesture at Navora and I go, ask Navora.
Yeah.
Let's go to the bar.
She polishes off her first pint
Yeah.
as she does that.
Puts it down.
Not that, that's for sure.
What's his name?
Grimog.
Grimmick?
Mm-hmm.
Grimmick, bring us one of those bottles that we tried that one time. Or that last time I was here. That one I was drinking, the yellow stuff.
You got it! And he begins to grab it for you. So while all of you guys are eating, and after dinner, is there anything anybody would like to do?
I'm going to give Butcher 50 gold for healing us, and because he's broke.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Enjoy our pity money.
I take pity.
So you can,
Technically, it's not. You healed us. I feel
Yeah.
like you would.
That's
Give him
considered
that?
work.
You should roleplay that
I
though.
feel like
Yeah.
roleplay it.
Mm.
Roleplay it.
Yeah.
If you
Okay.
can.
thank,
Let John start.
thank you for healing me. And then I'm gonna.
As he goes to put it out though, I do block his hand. I'm like, I owe you money.
Oh no!
Let me pay this. I think it's only fair. You
Oh,
were
no.
very kind in that moment, and we all appreciate it very much. You'll be a very big aid to our healerless party.
Alright, well, I could use it for gearing up. It's been a while.
Yeah. Anything that you invest in yourself is nothing we're going to benefit us as well. So.
Alright. Sounds good.
Alright.
Thank you.
So add 50 gold to your inventory.
You're rich.
I whisper.
I'm rich!
He goes and blows out the cards. Has 0 gold again.
I put it all on black.
I walk over and just slam it on the thing. No.
Let's go, boys!
Like look over, we're like, oh no.
I'll bet this bird on it. No.
50 gold in that bird child over there.
He's a horrible gambling addict.
No.
I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna ask the group.
Yep.
So guys, what's next? What are we doing in my tipsy state that I'm in?
Nice. We're gonna go to the library and try and find out more on the Dark Six, and then hopefully head out and actually try and put a stop to some of them.
Traveler, we need to learn how to seal first. Then
Yeah.
Traveler. Then Keeper.
Can I just turn to Kargok and say, I feel like you might have to sweet talk Redemption into maybe helping us in some way.
Me went to talk to her today. Me couldn't talk to her today.
Why do you mean?
She praying Oh wait, you can speak orc. She was praying when I went to the
You
chapel.
actually do that. You're like struggling through your
Yeah.
comment and then
Yeah, I was just like, wait. I was like,
hold
you
on.
speak orc.
You
I was
understand
like,
this?
yeah, she's at the chapel today.
Pretty thoroughly.
She was praying, and even her husband told me not to bother her. I can try again tomorrow, but she seems very upset.
About your background?
Even her
Yeah,
husband
well,
seems very wary of going near her.
Oh, I might have really pissed her off then.
What was it that you said?
Me
What-
try again tomorrow, though.
Well, you don't speak orc.
Oh right, no.
What did you do?
Yeah, you don't speak orc. Hold your tongue, Wolf.
Oh, no. We're just a bunch of folks speaking orc right now. Hold up.
Idris, what did you say? What did you do?
About
You don't
what?
speak orc.
Yeah, I do.
Damn it.
Do you actually
actually?
speak orc? Oh shit, she knew the whole thing. Oh no. Well,
Wait, you can
So
understand
we were
them?
fighting
Oh,
and we were
Cool, new
losing,
character.
and I was hiding really well, and she found me, and I was mad.
She pound you? Wait,
So I called
found
her
you.
by a name that she used to be called, and
Oh.
she didn't like it, and she hit me a lot.
Yeah.
I giggle. Well, that's your fault.
Yeah, but she might not like us after
Oh.
me saying that.
Oh.
So I feel like Karguk's our best bet at saving us. And this is all in orc, so as I say that last part, I'm just gonna look at Karguk and help us out there, friend.
Wait, did you say that in common, that last part?
No.
Oh.
But all of that was in orc, and then in common at the very end, like, give us a hand there, friend.
Me try my best, and I'll wink back.
I'll have most of the people at the table can understand you guys. I can speak orc too.
Oh my god! None of this conversation's secret anymore.
It's just me,
Except-
me and Zan are just like,
Except it wasn't supposed to be
What?
it wasn't supposed to be secret at all. I was just
Yeah.
talking orc because I was having
Do you know
trouble.
what they're saying?
Callie is also like, I am so confused.
Do you tell us that you speak orc? or
let's
you
all
just-
speak
or
in
just
Elvish
sit
to
there?
make them feel
Okay.
bad.
Just give me a
Okay.
sneak.
We-
Yes, yes, Elvish. Ha ha ha. Yes, of course.
So we
Yeah, I
only
can
know-
speak
so
that
we only
too.
know that. I only know that you speak orc and that you speak orc. I have no idea that he
I
also
speak many languages.
Yeah, you speak a lot because you can
Rangers.
understand all of us, yeah.
Oh, I say in Dwarvish. Does anyone speak Dwarvish?
Can we kick this wait,
No.
kick guy out now?
No. Everyone's just like,
Everyone's looking at you like, what the hell?
Wait.
I don't think you speak.
Imagine.
what a day! Come down on the penny side.
Yeah. Dusseldorf. These are heated off.
No, I speak. No, yeah.
Borkin.
So you all continue, and as you guys are kind of talking about everything with redemption, Grima comes over and he begins putting pints out.
Good shots.
There's a few shots in there. He knows what you like at this point. And he looks at Atris, and in Orcish,
We can all hear acceptance too.
This fucking guttural language. I love speaking it. Thank
I
God.
rolled to see if he heard what you guys said.
Oh no, he did.
What were you yelling? My God, Redemption's so upset at us.
Redemption's a bitch.
Wait, was he like
A
in front of
real
us giving us
capital
this
B.
stuff, or
He looks at Atris and goes, whatever in Orcish, whatever you said to upset Redemption, essentially, you better
Suck, suck,
be careful or make it right.
suck, suck, suck.
And he just
Throw the
nods
horn, suck.
at you guys and heads out after that warning.
Oh.
Which is,
It's what you get for ripping. I'm not repeating it.
yeah.
wait, no, I didn't realize that this person was right in front of us.
He was
I
dropping
thought they
off
were in the
drinks.
back getting that yellow wine or yellow beer.
No, he
Right.
was dropping it off for us.
Apparently his perception was high enough that he heard us.
He rolled.
Yeah.
He rolled high for his perception that he heard us.
And you better watch your back.
Atris, what you say to Redemption, me passed out.
I thought I just said this.
But
I called her by a name that she no longer is called. Hold on, I have to find it in my notes.
just do the same in common now, because you said in orc before. Because this time
I'm
now
sorry?
now it's in common.
Oh, you're saying it in. Oh,
That's-
okay.
That's
I'm
why
sorry,
I said
thought
it
you were
broke
still saying it in orc.
I need a sign. Orc. Common.
Hold on. Sorry, I have it. I just don't know where it is in my notes. so I'm checking.
Page 420, line 69.
Yes, that's exactly where I was looking.
Under subsection 360 no scope.
Mm-hmm.
I know you like to
Zariel.
make subsections.
Zaria?
Zariel.
Thank you.
Aerial.
Um,
Got it.
You should probably whisper.
So I. Sorry, I'm moving this back over.
You shall not be named.
I called her Zariel, which she doesn't want her goes by, and I'm not exactly sure why. All I know is that she was very pissed about it, as you, well, you didn't see. You were, fucking dead because you're a useless teammate on the battlefield.
We forgot where the pit ended and you began. That's how badly she kicked your ass.
Me forgot you were even in there.
Listen, I was really working that dirt.
You were.
I was hiding very well.
You were one with.
If you didn't
dirt
give away
crap.
my position, I would have never been found.
You never gave away your position.
If this was Marco Polo, this game would have only been Marco, because she would have not found Polo.
This is great.
Me no understand reference.
Shocking. Wow.
Take
Anyway.
a shot.
I'm just laughing
She
at
clearly
them
does not
drinking.
like to be called that name, but I don't know why. And that's something I was hoping that you could find out, but she clearly doesn't seem keen on talking anymore.
Me went to visit her. She no won't talk.
May it be a good idea that you go and apologize?
No.
Apologize for what?
I don't know, clearly offending her without knowing what that name means to her?
I don't understand.
Okay, never mind.
He just has zero morals. Come on.
You remember the look on Redemption's face.
Yeah.
And the Raven
I'm just
Fury.
Yeah, that Raven that was
years
like.
only for a while.
Except I don't remember that.
It's at this point that the door actually opens, and you see Redemption walk in.
Oh shit.
Holstered pistol.
She looks ragged.
She looks what? Ragged?
She looks rough.
Oh, okay.
She walks in, she sits at the bar, and just kind of knocks twice, and Grimmack looks, and you kind of see this, him nodding, and he pours a shot of something.
Fucking mushroom
Slings her
wine, that
drink.
motherfucker.
The super stash
he
of
pull-
mushroom wine.
You see steam rising from this drink,
Okay.
and he
Nice.
sets it in front of her, and
Hell
she
yeah.
downs it. But she's just sitting there.
Zan, look after Piper. I'm gonna go sit beside Redemption.
Is Pepper with us?
Yes.
Yeah.
At the table.
Yeah,
chill.
oh,
Yeah, she's working at her homework.
Yeah, she's doing her homework, and
I
you're like
start
you're
coloring.
helping her.
Yeah, I start coloring with her and stuff.
You can see that she's learning how to write in common.
Can I
and
teach
it's-
her a little bit of Druidish?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, you
She's
can
growing
kind
up.
of work at it.
She's growing up so fast. It's too scary. Stop this.
Is it Callie that's my cousin?
Yes,
Would she know Druidish as well?
absolutely. She's a druid.
So she and I would be teaching
Yeah.
her
And
Druidish.
Callie, you know that Callie loves kids and she loves teaching and helping, and so yeah, you two kind of work together. And she's smiling, and she's clearly very much enjoying your company again after hundreds of years of being apart.
Yeah, for sure.
She was more of a sister to you than what your actual sister was.
You have a sister?
I have lots of family.
I thought that was a character. 'Cause
You go to
Yes.
sit beside Redemption.
You explode instantly.
I do.
You sit beside
I'm
her.
gonna tap and put up the 2 sign.
Grimmack looks at you and he's like, I don't know if you can handle what she just had.
2 for her, none for me.
Right. And Redemption, you can't quite tell, but you can see the eyebrows slightly move, and she's
Yeah.
looking at you, the corner of her eye. Just playing with the shot glass that's now empty.
Okay. Ooh. Damn, what's the Feeling better? Ooh.
That's all thrashing.
No. I don't know.
What do you think?
Me got whooped real hard. Me don't know what happened next. But me
Talk to your little friend over there, and she can potentially answer some questions.
she answered
She
some
is
questions.
even standing beside her.
Yeah.
It is hot.
Alright. I'm like, okay.
I I just needed.
What's your passive?
It's just like
Yeah, yeah.
Or
it's
are
the-
you actively trying to listen in on the conversation?
I'm actively.
Okay, roll perception.
Oh, me too. I'm definitely using it.
Yeah, we're all just staring at the table.
Except for the druids. The druids aren't, but everyone else is like.
Okay.
That's a 2.
Are we in like a booth where it's like high level
No, you're-
seats?
No, you're in just like a
Yeah,
Is there,
circle
is there,
table
like,
of chairs.
is there a menu or something at all that I can hold in
No.
front of my face?
There's no.
Your nice clothes.
Okay, I'm just staring. I'm just.
No, he doesn't even have his cloak
Yes.
yet.
Oh, yeah.
It's being altered.
I have my current robes.
Yeah. Okay. Are
I-
you
I-
actively listening?
Yeah, but I guess
perception.
absolutely.
Roll perception.
12.
Okay. Atris, are you actively listening?
No, I feel like I'm too cocky after that to just be like, I'm like smirking, like, oh, I pissed her off so good. This was so worth it.
You hear, David, you kind of hear bits and pieces of it.
Kill Atris. Mushrooms.
You hear Kargok talking, you don't hear Redemption's responses.
Okay.
You hear everything. With a 21.
Creeping up.
Sitting there with her tea.
So,
I was like, shh.
talk to your little friend about that. She can potentially answer some questions for you.
You
She hasn't looked up
Me,
at you.
me want to talk to me. But
Why are you here?
we share common goal and common faith.
You are a new follower to the Raven Queen. What do you mean we share faith? You don't
Me-
even know. You haven't been through the testing yet.
Me, when
Trust me when I tell you, the testing is not fun. Roll an insight check.
Okay.
It's so interesting to see.
Is Navora just like whispering all of this like back to us? Like,
She communicates
Oh my
us.
I'm not telling you what's happening. I'm just like,
What are they
shit's
saying?
getting
16.
poor
16.
Yeah,
Okay.
16.
So just so you know, because you haven't heard Redemption's description,
Okay, yes.
she is a 6 foot tall woman without the horns. She's a tiefling, red skin. Her eyes are black. No pupil, no iris,
Yeah.
anything, just
Yeah.
black. She has long black hair that kind of disappears into the black cloak she's wearing with a raven feather cowl.
Cool.
Her horns give her probably about another half foot in height, as they're like spiraled gazelle horns. She is a very intimidating woman.
Mm-hmm.
Kicks ass.
Sounds like it.
Anyway, you rolled a 16.
Yes.
She did not look this rough at the end of the fight. Clearly, she just went through something. Judging by what you saw at the temple
I know.
and what you know about the Raven Queen and her
Yep.
testing,
Yep.
Redemption was clearly just sent back to boot camp.
Gotcha. So, your trial has to do with the name, the past you must give up.
It's not about giving up the past. It's about not letting it control you. And what I did in the pit controlled me. A friend almost died today. I hope you realize that.
Me realize. Me almost died too.
No. No, you did not. I knocked you unconscious. Your friend almost died today.
Was that you, Atris?
What's to
Can I-
stop?
can I like out of character real quick?
Yeah.
Can I say what we talked about?
I want, if you're gonna talk about it, I want it to be in character.
Okay.
Alright. Kargok, go.
What to stop from happening again?
What you and your friends don't realize. And at this point, Grima puts the 2 shot glasses in
Yeah.
front of her. Again, they're steaming. You can tell that the shot glass themselves are warm.
Is that because of her or the beverage?
The beverage and her.
Okay, I was like, is she just making things fucking hot? Like,
Hellish rebuke right now.
Yeah.
Just nothing. She's just gonna hellish rebuke.
She takes both shots and slams it on the table. And you know when glass gets hot, how it like melts a little bit?
yeah.
When she slams it on the counter, it doesn't break, but you notice that where her fingertips were, the glass has indented slightly.
God, push my luck, I guess.
What you and your friends don't realize is the world is a lot bigger than you lot. And not all of them specifically, but what your little rogue friend doesn't understand is that whatever source they're working
Oh,
for that
shit.
told them this information is not one to be trusted.
We going to seal a tomb
Mm-hmm.
of said person. We need help.
Speak to Butcher. Butcher knows someone that can help.
I look at the human,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, you can help us.
Oh yeah.
With what? Wait, he didn't.
Yeah, you
I'm
guys
like,
don't
hear
want
I'm
anything.
just like,
Yeah.
you can help us, like,
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything.
I'm just like, so
Yeah.
like,
That's why I'm here.
I'm just like in this, like,
He's like,
I mean, I'm a pretty good sword
he's like
wielder. Like, I
yeah,
can kick some
that's
ass.
why I'm here.
She
We-
at this point that
Yeah.
she looks at you.
Yeah.
Her eyes normally seem very impassive.
Drop my keys, sorry.
She seems to be looking through your soul at this point.
Nice,
snap.
Like
nice.
now, with your testing, I hope you look forward to this. If you wish to follow down this path, it is not one to be taken lightly. It is not one to be considered fun. It is hard. It's painful. At this point, you notice a tear running down your cheek. And it is not one to take lightly.
Me be here for you. You be here for me.
I don't need you to be here for me.
We need each other. Raven Queen said so.
The Raven Queen hasn't told you shit.
You told
She
me.
stands up and she leaves.
Damn it. She told me. She was the one who told me that. Fucking goddamn.
She's gone.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna
The
go back to
door-
the table.
When Redemption walked in,
Oh,
things kind of like everything was very loud and boisterous before.
It's dead silent.
It went down to a murmur that progressively got a little bit louder.
Okay.
When the door slammed shut, silence. You've never seen her like this, but you've heard stories of redemption when something bad happens. And
Wine.
yeah, you've heard it's not pretty, and hell has no fury like redemption.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm gonna go sit back down.
That go well?
You heard everything.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
heard what Kargok said.
Kargok,
Yes.
are you okay?
Yes.
Do I have to roll just for deceit if I say yes?
Yeah.
I sent you
Well,
a message,
right.
Megan.
Megan, he sent you a message.
I sent you a message on Discord. Whenever.
11.
Insight?
My deception was 11. Yeah, you were rolling insight to see if you believe me or not.
What was
10.
it? What, oh, no.
Oh, you do believe me, so you do think it went well.
Alright.
Alright.
No, it did not go well.
Into the fucking bag with you!
Yeah.
Don't
She ruined
lie.
it instantly.
Yeah, true, yeah.
Don't lie.
Yep, basic.
Me asked her for help. She said you know someone who can help. Which I assumed was her. Me confused now.
Yeah, I know lots of people. Too much! Slow that down a bit.
That was great. That level, please.
I actually, yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I know lots of people who could help out.
Anyone stick out? One person.
One person. Well, it depends on what we're doing next. What's the plan?
You read books. We stay here.
Namora, you heard everything.
Yeah,
Can you explain?
it's to help sealing the tomb.
Of the Traveler, I assume?
I
That was the
believe
only
that's what they
one,
were talking about.
Yeah, let's see.
She said
Redemption
that you would know somebody.
There was someone or some sort of magic we needed. I know some people have some magic shit for sale. We could
Magic shit for sale.
Magics.
probably find something useful.
Is that what you think they meant?
Well, we're going to need a spell of some sort.
Should we
I know.
split up and have someone go check the store in the morning and the others go to the library?
Well, I've got some contacts in the in the capital.
Okay. Failed jump.
He tried.
I'm sure we
He
can
rolled
find.
a two.
I can find what we need there, or at least somebody who knows what we could use
In the capital?
in the capital. Yeah.
Is there a way to get to the capital?
The capital, you know the capital's about
There's so many other subplots in there. We'll get trapped in there for weeks.
you know the capital's about a day away. It's not far. Day trip.
Day trip.
Yeah, we
Make
can
a
get there
remove.
fast.
Ow.
Ah.
Oh,
You're fine. I saw that. You don't have to admit that, Karen.
that hurt. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about it's a day trip. If you leave in the morning, you get there by night.
Are we going through the mountains and
Yep.
forest?
You'll be heading along
Mountains
the
and
coast.
forests and trees.
You'll be heading along the
Doesn't
coast.
get any clearer.
Can't help you.
Just a bunch of dirt. Okay, so we
Yeah.
need to go to the capital next. That's basically what we're learning.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Nice and-
Is there any point in us going? I feel like we need to go to the library still to find possibly anything else we can find out. Say we spend a half day maybe. Half day in town. We can go talk to people in town and then head out in the evening or the early afternoon, like a lunchtime. We'll eat lunch and then leave type thing.
Yep.
Makes sense.
All right. Well, I could use some rest because I am still hurting from today, and I did not find any animals in which anyone would let me murder. So
This
no
pipe-
butchers in town.
Like,
We're ready to.
Kitty? Everyone's like, no!
I squish. I suck the light. Oh, no, I put down Fluffy.
Sadly.
I would have got so much health back from
Is
that.
Piper still staying in my room? Oh, I guess it's bedtime then.
Okay.
Is the library still open?
Wait, no.
Yeah.
What time is it
Yeah,
actually?
is it 24/7? Cause like
Oh, we better not be turned when we show up to the
It's like-
library.
I'm not tired.
Con
Sure.
save.
Oh, okay, maybe I.
Oh no. And then we're gonna do traveling again. Oh, not like this.
We have an alcoholic.
Well, we lost an alcoholic, but we still got one, baby.
We've developed a new one.
13.
13. You're tipsy.
Oh god.
But
she's
you're
gonna be
It's
But I'm
doable.
doable. Yeah.
It's doable,
I'm
but
a
you're like, you
functioning
feel-
alcoholic.
Wait, is that liquid confidence speaking or?
You
True.
have no
True.
idea. No idea.
I feel I can fucking be quiet. You're yelling right now.
What are you talking about? I'm fine.
Yeah, so you're tipsy, but you feel you can do it. Yeah, library is open extremely late. You know that Zeta doesn't really sleep much.
Yeah. Alright. So we should go to the library tonight, and then tomorrow morning we'll head out.
Yeah, let's do it.
That just saves us some time.
I agree.
That
Let's
way
do
we
it.
get to sleep in beds tonight.
Agreed. I'm okay with that.
Alright. So you guys head to the library then?
Yeah, let's do it.
Library.
I take it you stay behind with Piper? Cool.
Of course.
So yeah, you guys head to the library. Butcher's able to lead the way. And you find yourselves in this rather old building. There's vines kind of growing along the door and along the windows. There's no signage or anything. It's just like it's a pretty plain old building with foliage and vines and trees and stuff all kind of around it. You walk in and it is impeccably clean. It is the first place that you have been in here that is spotless.
Okay.
It just kind of smells like books, like you know that kind of old book smell.
Mhm.
Just kind of smells like that, but there's no dust. There's no stains on tables. All the tables are perfectly cleaned. There's no broken chair. Like everything is immaculate. Books cover the walls, and there's some shelving in and around, and 2 tables with 5 chairs.
So like a
Each.
take off your boots kind of place.
Yes.
Yes, alright. I take off my boots and leave them at the door.
I like see him do that, and I'm like, should.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I also do the same
So,
thing.
the panic in
I
his
sit-
eyes
I
makes me
sit down
concerned.
and start unlacing.
Okay.
That's gonna take a while.
The laces are like up to here.
Yeah, literally, like my boots are like so high.
45 minutes later.
David, can you come forward?
You say boots, I
You
say
picked the wrong
no.
person. I have a strength of 7. I'm like, fucking
Like,
bruise her ribs trying to. I know.
Yeah. So you all managed to. Atris, are you there as well or no?
You're muted.
You're muted.
Can't
You're
hear.
muted. You're muted.
There you go.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Still there. Taking off shoes, following order, following code.
Cool. Yeah. So you all
He's a mischievous
take off your
one,
shoes and Butcher. You walk. Are you leading the charge?
Yeah.
You walk in and you hear the back office door.
I'm sneaking. I want to sneak.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody roll stealth check.
Hell yeah.
You have
shit,
disadvantage.
Oh no.
Why do I always get
I
disadvantage?
can't. That flexi.
Everyone who's at the library.
Sorry.
No, you're all good.
Oh, not 20.
No, 20?
22.
22.
14.
14.
11.
11.
Sorry, guys.
11.
11.
Yes.
Okay. As an average, you're able to kind of get in quietly.
Damn it.
I'm not trying
That's
to
not
hide.
exciting.
Just trying to be very silent.
Just
no,
like
on
research
both.
my hands.
Hello?
Hi. Very softly. What's her name? Shit.
Zeta.
Zeta. Hi, Zeta.
What's up?
Yeah, it's, got some friends here.
What friends?
Oh no.
Oh,
Can we see her or no?
No, you just hear her.
Okay. I'm very uncomfortable
Dun, dun.
right now.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hold on. Out of character. What the fuck are we doing here again?
You were looking for research on the Dark Six.
Yeah.
And how
Okay.
to steal their teams.
Okay.
Ideally.
Maybe some of us
Um,
should leave and like only have a couple people. Is that a good idea? I kind of like whispered at
Well,
everybody.
we'll need some people to help read everything.
There's so
I'll
many
read.
books.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Maybe not.
Oh
Zeta.
child,
Shit.
no.
We
It's
need
at
some-
this point that you see, kind of rounding the corner, this older-looking woman.
Okay.
By her voice, you kind of expected her to be like a frail old woman. She's she's well-toned, scarred, long white hair that's kind of pulled back in a very high, tight ponytail. And she's just kind of wearing like a simple kind of dress sort of thing, apron on over top. She kind of has some various like writing tools. You see that she has actually like a book in there. What are you folks? Butcher, hi dear, how are you? Good. You always respect my books. You're good. You're good here. What do you folks want? I don't know you.
Okay.
Oh, I
Explain.
really want to put my
They're with
boots
me.
back on.
They're new members.
Someone's got a cage elf
We
child right now.
Sorry, Redemption's given us a task to do some research.
Research on what? What can I help with?
The
Any
dark-
task that Redemption wants done, I can do.
We need help with the Dark Six.
The Dark Six. Of course she wants research on the Dark Six. That bloody woman only ever talks about the bloody Raven Queen, but yes, of course, yes, I can do that. Who are you? You!
Why? Why?
You're drunk! There will be no booze
I'm not drunk.
in
I
this
am
house!
not drunk.
Get out!
I'm not drunk.
Out!
Please throw
Do
her.
as she says.
Please throw
I
her.
kind
just
of
like,
start to, I like
you gotta
go
go.
in between them.
Roll
like,
wisdom saving
You
throw.
gotta go.
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
saving throw. Oh no. We have to travel tomorrow. I mean, I hear you saying that.
7.
Oh shit.
You feel ashamed so deep.
You get electrocuted.
As you are about to say, I'm not drunk, your jaw locks.
Oh.
Your body begins to freeze, and you can no longer move.
What? God.
She she kind of hooks your arm and drags you out.
She
Tosses
rigor
you
mortis
outside
you.
and slams the door shut.
Can I can I function now?
About a minute passes before you have.
Can I have my
Um,
boots back?
She throws them out.
The naughty don't get their boots back. Mm.
Fine.
They're my boots now.
Bitch.
Find us, keep us.
Fucking sassy black woman snap.
Anyway, there's no drunkenness in this library. I know you know the rules, dear, and you're very good about the rules.
He couldn't tell I was such a high functioning alcoholic.
But for the newcomers, my library is sacred.
Honestly, and I just kind of like, I interrupt her, but like gently, and I say, honestly, if it makes you feel more comfortable, we will let Butcher handle all of the documents. None of us will even touch them. We just need to know some information. If that makes you feel more comfortable.
Yes. This pleases me. Yes.
Get your filthy hands off my books.
Yes.
You mere peasants.
You seem okay. You are fine. You may handle the books.
No capes.
You are not here.
I like. Wait.
You.
Oh no.
You may handle my books.
Thank you.
I trust your face.
I'm like whispering unreasonably quiet.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You are quiet. I like that. You! You may not handle the books.
You look shifty.
What happens?
I don't trust kids with elven kind cloaks. I do not trust you. You may not handle the books. You three. You may handle the books. And if that elven, half-elven child comes back, no.
Wait, but
She is banned from the library.
she has to leave.
She is banned.
Oh, okay.
She is not allowed in my library anymore. Am I clear?
For life. A life.
I mean, at least it's not a bar that I
Sorry,
banned from.
Beatrice.
True.
Back to the
I mean,
bar.
I like
library.
I make my way back.
You mean
to the
I
bar.
don't have to read? Aw, shucks.
All I want to do is help, but it's fine.
So, you are looking for books on the dock 6.
Yeah. What do you want me to do as a can we recap the whole?
You are looking for books on the traveler and how to steal his tomb, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I think I might have the right scroll for that one. Look around, see what you can find. We keep the less legal things in the back, so I'll just be a few minutes. Don't damage my books.
I'm not gonna touch
This
anything.
bitch is really crazy about her books.
You're lucky you're not there.
Legit.
Yeah, you would have died.
Imagine if I was there.
Oh my god. Bull in charge of.
If anyone damages a single page on a single book, you will feel my wrath.
Smile.
Okay? Okay. And she goes into the back,
I'm gonna bust
and the
through.
door.
Bust through.
Magic fist your butthole.
We just gotta bust through.
Alright, so, to kind of look around, everybody do an investigation check. Just find a book. You have advantage because you've been here before.
Investigation.
Atris, you also can look for books if you want, because you are there.
I was just gonna say I can look, right? But I just can't touch.
There's books around.
There's a lot of books. You have never seen this many books.
Nat 20, baby.
It's my cousin.
Nat 20.
You just have to point him out.
Yeah, she's with you.
She and I are just shooting the shit.
Yeah, you
We-
two
we're not
like
paying
you're
attention
sitting.
at all.
You two are sitting at the table just talking
just
about
like
life.
fucking- Yeah. Oh fuck! You remember that time?
Oh
when
my god,
fucking-
yeah.
Oh my god.
Remember
yeah.
the time that we rode a rock together when we
Dude.
were like 100?
Oh my god! And
Was
then
a
the time
blast.
with the log in the river.
Oh my god, and the time that giant alligator almost ate us both.
And I got it. And those spores that we took. That
Oh my god!
Yeah. Okay. That's.
I
what
still
we're
just
doing.
think that they're talking about boulders whenever they say rock.
Oh yeah, shit. Okay, that took me a while. Thanks. I was like, the rock. I just kind of wrote that off. As
I got a 16, by the way.
16? Okay, so we have
19.
a 19, natural 20.
Look at the men showing up to work.
Well,
Well,
And then-
Atris is
I'm not
non-binary.
yeah.
He's like, I'm Atris, the female rogue.
So, Atris.
Yes, it's so fine.
You two find
I mean, she
books
has-
about the Dark Six. You find a journal, actually, that was written in, back in the age of Sebexus the Conqueror. And it is a journal detailing the attacks from the Dark Six. It kind of details what happened to towns, how people would suddenly vanish, how people began to turn in like basically shells of who they were when they were attacked by the Keeper. You find a book about the spies of the Mockery. Like that's in the journal, sorry.
Oh, okay.
And then you also hear, like in the same journal, you hear about the Wrath of the Fury. And how she could decimate an entire city by herself. Army and all. David.
Nope.
You find a book about the Dark Six. It was one of the few in there, and it's kind of just a detailed summary on each of the siblings, who they are, what they take domain over, how they contributed to their father's rule. And in that book, you hear for the first time about the Devourer himself.
Okay.
You hear that he is... Hold on my notes.
Oh shit.
He
Yeah,
is
so
a
move it like
basic
a gypsy. Stop.
The most
Back
basic.
it up now. Let me see your hips.
He takes domain over cold, destruction, evil, pestilence, ocean, water, and weather.
Can we list all the things he doesn't take domain over?
This dude.
He
Okay,
is
lost.
noted to to have possession over a very powerful staff that brings nothing but wrath and destruction to the towns that are near it.
Okay.
And he is described to have a ancient white dragon guarding him.
Dude, this boss battle is gonna be dope. That little maniacal giggle.
And the bears at him. He can't move.
It's 800 bears.
Only counter to God.
bears.
We're level
We
16.
want 4 bears on each of the dragon's points.
Yeah. I want to swarm his feet.
So that's what you find.
Okay. I've made note of that.
Atris. With the natural 20, you find 2 things. Why did I close this?
Yeah, it doesn't have vital information. So I will open it up for him because he's not allowed to touch the book.
I was gonna say, since
This one.
you're looking at that book and the Butcher's looking at the other one, I was gonna call Zan over because is Zan able to look or no?
Yes.
Zan is
Oh
able to
yeah,
touch
there you
the
go.
books.
I
Yeah.
can-
Yeah, so I figured I would just call Zan over and be like, hey, Zan, I found things.
Yeah, I got you. I
I
got
can't-
you. So I run
Thank
over
you.
and I open the book for Atris.
So Atris, you begin to look through this book very carefully. You're
I'll turn-
always watching.
Every time you like want to turn a page, you're like turn, and then I turn the page.
You and Callie are still talking and shooting the shit while all this is
You're
happening.
not reading it at all. You're just holding
I'm just
it.
I'm just like hey, I'm just doing that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the first book you find is about the Traveler. It describes him as basically a chaotic neutral god. Very self-interested. He enjoyed information. He kind of just enjoyed chaos for the sake of chaos. He his siblings never really he never really did much for his siblings or his father. He was just like this shitty little brother that fucked around. But you read about how changelings were used by the Mockery as very powerful spies with their ability to shapeshift, and he was the one to create them. So it's kind of all information that you already know. But what you find is a small scroll that you open.
Sorry, was this tucked away inside that book, or
Yeah.
is it a separate? Okay.
No, it's tucked away inside that book. As Zan's kind of turning it and still talking to Callie, you notice that two of the pages stick together. And you kind of like, you know when like two pages stick and you kind of rub them a little bit? You kind of do that a little bit, and out falls this little rolled up piece of paper. You open it up, and inside is a picture of the Traveler. He is depicted as a blonde man, wearing rather opulent leather armor, with various gems encrusted in it. He has very dark black eyes, and a very well shaped goatee, also blonde.
I just noticed it.
Roll a religion check with advantage.
18.
When you've seen the Traveler in the past, meaning even just a few days ago, he didn't have short blonde hair like this picture depicts him as. There is no cloak in this picture. Whenever you've seen him, he's been wearing a dark navy blue cloak and long black hair, kind of tumbling past the shoulders out of the hood. You've never seen his face, you've seen his chin and his smile, which has had no hair on it.
Can I assume that this is either like falsely depicted or just I'm not aware?
You can assume whatever you want.
Alright, fair.
Dun, dun.
He's leading you to the tomb to free him. It's all been a lie this whole time.
In this book about the Traveler, the final chapter you read is about the Traveler's tomb. That in order to wake the Traveler, there is an emerald that is sitting a little bit away from the tomb, basically on a podium nearby, that is encased by magical force. This force can only be broken by a spell, and in order to wake the Traveler, the emerald must be placed on his casket. So, with a natural 20, you're able to infer that if you guys take the emerald, the Traveler cannot be woken.
Do we have to throw it in a mountain, in lava to destroy the emerald?
Destroy it!
We must go away.
Where is forged?
Yeah.
You look back at the
Lord of the
picture,
Rings spin-off.
and you can see the Traveler wearing a chain with you can see the Traveler wearing a chain with this same emerald on it.
I wish I was there.
Why do you
Do
know?
we remember seeing any of the other gods wearing an emerald necklace? Okay.
You're not there.
We're not there. We can't say anything.
Right.
Well,
I'm not
we'll
there.
tell you about it
Never mind.
this evening.
I'm
Well,
not-
Zane,
I guess you'll be
can you-
fucked up, so maybe we'll wait till the morning.
Zane, can you call over Daven for me?
You can't just ask yourself.
You can't get too
you
loud.
can call him yourself,
Yeah.
but sure.
Well, I don't want to yell in this library,
You
Yeah,
could,
and
better
I'd rather
not.
you get in trouble and thrown out than me. She already hates me.
okay, they're like
Okay.
murmuring under their voice, and I like very clearly tell that there are. I'm like,
I just kind of I make eye contact with David and I wave him over.
okay, I walk over.
David, I need you to, you have a pen and paper, yes?
Yeah.
Can you copy this small section down for me?
Yeah, 1 sec. Let me get it out.
Oh yeah, I was trying to notes.
Notes from Beatrice. Okay. Ready.
I want to know if we keep the emerald at any point, like, can it just be brought back, or is there like a restriction on, like a magical restriction in terms of range or anything like that?
Oh, sure.
Any restriction?
Just the last two messages. It's just the GIF, and then it's just what the title of the session is. Everybody got a library card.
Okay, so I want to know if
Might
we
take
keep
it
the
over.
emerald, if there's any restriction on
Here's a
the
takeaway.
traveler, then what?
Oh no, that question was for actually the DM, like a legit question for the DM.
I know, I was just moving.
Okay, I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
That's like, there's this scene in, what is the show called? It's the Cloud9
Where are these
grocery
questions?
store. The superstore. And someone has to get a cake done where,
Where's the question?
She needs to know where the.
I don't know. Where did
I asked you out loud.
Oh, I didn't hear
just-
that.
Okay, sorry.
Ah, god damn it.
People are talking.
That was my fault. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Sorry. So I was just curious if
She's becoming very Canadian.
Welcome to the
He's
club.
making fun of our
if we took the gem, is there like a magical restriction in terms of so like can it not leave like a certain vicinity around the?
No, it can leave.
Can it get destroyed in lava?
I'm sorry.
It can leave.
Are there
It can leave. So
Yeah.
like I could
exactly
carry it to like
7
the ends of the
slots
continent
at
type
the
of thing.
Devourer's tomb?
Okay, guys.
So I could like. Oh my god.
Not doing that.
Triggered. Sorry, Sean.
I could carry it from like, if the temple theoretically was over here, I could carry it to the opposite end over here.
Absolutely.
gem.
Yep.
Okay.
So long as you guys have the gem, the traveler cannot be awoken.
Is it like if you break it, is it possible to reassemble it in any way?
It does not say.
Okay. I think those are my questions, and as long as David, you wrote those down.
The questions or?
No, not the questions. What was in the book itself.
Oh, I did not physically write it down, but I can like.
I didn't mean that. I just
Okay,
meant like
then yes, I can take note of it for sure.
yes.
Awesome. Alright.
Okay.
It's at this point that Zeta comes out, and she has two pretty big scrolls under her arms. And she's walking over. Alright, so I have found a few things about the various gods and their tombs and all that bullshit. And she puts it down, and I will move that book out of the way. And she opens the first scroll, and it is a very, very, very old map of Esmios. So old that some continents aren't outlined
Oh wow.
yet. Like, some continents are still one continent, and there are some lines that don't make sense. Like, it's very old. But you can see, similar to the map that you have, colored X's for where the tombs are. So this map here describes where each fight happened. So here, there's the Fury, there's the Keeper, there's the Mockery, there's the Devourer, the Traveler, all of them. Basically, there's one in every province except for Unice, because Unice didn't really help. Sorry. But they didn't. So, each one of these mark their tomb. Now, this! And she pulls out a bigger scroll and some dust pops up and she opens it. This one describes how each one is awakened. So, the Traveler is the easiest. He takes a little stone, you put it in the casket. Ooh, you have the Traveler. And then there's the Mockery. His is blood sacrifice. The person waking him must kill their entire family, place their corpses over the Mockery, allow the blood to seep into the casket. Boom, you have the Mockery.
Jesus.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
the Keeper can only be wakened by the Mockery, creating a nice chain effect. So if the Mockery is awake, odds are the Keeper's awake. The Keeper, it's not really depicted well, But basically, the cloak of the mockery must be put over the casket of the keeper because the keeper made the mockery's cloak. The cloak is made out of human skin.
Disgusting.
Yuck.
Terrible. There's some tiefling in there, some half elf and dwarf and everything like that, but humanoids. And then the fury is awoken by war. So war.
War. Sorry.
War. Bad things, fighting, stabby.
Yeah.
What's
That-
it good for?
Nothing.
Waking the fury,
Absolutely
apparently.
nothing.
Say it again.
Ah.
War. What is it good for?
Oh, question.
Question?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Basinger.
Was it the mockery who can awaken the keeper, or vice versa?
Yes.
The mockery awakes the keeper.
Can the keeper awaken the mockery?
No.
Okay.
Well, because
It's only
the mockery has to.
The mockery has to be the one to wake the keeper. There's a strong link between the two.
But did we not see the keeper?
You saw the keeper?
Or who was the second?
The shadow.
The shadow. Oh, I haven't heard about her
We've
yet.
heard
sorry.
about the purple of the keeper, but sorry.
I thought we were done, so I was like, if we were talking about the Fury, that must be the last of them. There's one more.
The fury is awakened by war. Basically, if there's any kind of bloodshed anywhere nearby a tomb, poof, you have the fury. It's not a good system. I didn't make it, but it's what the ancient gods did.
The irony is because you didn't make it. I like it. Right.
And then the shadow
Fourth wall.
can only be wakened by the fury.
Okay.
So there's some chain events.
Mm-hmm.
However, the fury was buried in the ruins of Parsale, which is strange because nobody lives there. So I don't really know why, if she's awakened. I don't really know what happened there. I will do some research. I will call some of our spies. I'll call the monks. They have all the information that we would need.
Chris Hansen, what are you doing right now?
And then the Devourer. The Devourer can be awakened at any time. It's just a matter of how strong he is. The more of his children that are awake, the stronger he will be. He was never really fully put to rest. He was just locked in a mountain, essentially. And so was his ancient white dragon. I believe the Goliaths of Calpia have been trying to get him out, but it's been a little difficult because people keep fighting, like us. So yeah, that's what I know about the Dark Six.
It's more than we knew when we got here.
So, did you touch my books?
She did
No,
not.
I actually
can
had,
confirm that
and I
she
point to
did not.
Zan, I had her go through the books for me.
Excellent. Good. Okay. So,
Butt hurts.
They're not
is there anything else I can do for you? Or can you get out?
I do have one question.
What?
You said that the Devourer was never actually put to rest.
No.
Is there a way that we could put him to rest?
You would have to kill him and take his spear thing, his staff. A lot of his powers are tied to his staff. Take his staff, destroy the staff, you destroy him. However, this is a godly item. Destroying godly items are rather difficult.
So, like, I should call my local Walmart and ask them to kill it or something.
Essentially, you can't go to the store of holding and be like, "Hi, can you destroy this?" And they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, we have the exact thing for that." No, they don't have that. That's not a thing. You need to destroy it. You need to destroy the staff where it was forged. So, I will do some research. I will see what I can find. I will probably be up for the next week. But when I know, you'll know. Okay? Cool. Get out!
You keep making
Yes,
me
ma'am.
use
Of
insomniac.
course, anything you need.
Can I? Okay, I'll show. Which book was it? Atris had the book. Did you tell me anything about what you found?
No, only David, and I don't even think Zan was looking. I think the only person who knew about anything other than the picture, I didn't tell him about the picture, I only told him what was written in the book.
Okay, so I don't know shit.
No.
Okay, never mind.
Just know what she said. So
Alright.
unless your question relates to that.
Alright. Are we good?
Yep.
Out! Get out!
Yeah, we get the boot.
Yep, I leave.
Yeah.
I leave.
Yeah,
We all
yeah,
leave.
yeah.
Yep.
Boots on.
Quickly and
Let's get out of
quietly.
here.
All right.
We get out, and Navora's just finally lacing up her shoes.
Getting to the top.
Yeah. Ah, finally.
Yes, finally.
No, I feel like by this point, I would have just carried my boots to the bar.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it.
One of those nights.
Yeah.
All right.
As we're like
A
leaving,
pair of
as,
flats in your bag.
Yeah.
as we get out of the building, I say, let's reconvene in the morning, as I don't think all of our party member will be functional to describe what we found.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Is there anything anybody else would like to do before bed?
No, I think I'm okay.
Alright.
Do you have a actually? I asked him before as we're walking back to the inn, but do you have a place in town, or are you just staying at the inn? I don't know that I knew that.
I'm not just,
Yeah, you're just at the end.
yeah, I'm just staying at the end.
Oh, okay, cool, good to know. I wouldn't want your estate to go in disrepair on our adventure.
Yes, Piper will watch over the estate.
You guys head back to the inn, and waiting for you
Oh God.
is Haslin.
Oh.
She's sitting. She's kind of shooting the shit with some of the champions of the spear. She's playing cards. She's like, "Ah, you slimy git! Here's my money." And she's clearly drunk.
Yeah.
And she throws a bag of money to one of the other champions, who laughs and takes it.
Yeah.
Oh, you lot, you're back. Cool. All right. I'll be back to win my money back. And she stands and trips, but catches herself.
I
Oh,
am
no.
like like a curious face. Like I wonder what she has to say, but she's also wasted.
And she comes back.
Wouldn't
Go
talk.
on, I like look
She
over like
rolled sneak.
She wouldn't talk to me. Need whole group.
Since you're, oh my god, Zeta's still in there. Since you're gonna be staying and using all of our resources and everything, we thought it best that we give you guys. Sorry. Oh, that's good stuff. Okay. Yeah, we figured it was best that we give you guys your own kind of place to stay. Kind of a place to crash, if you're ever around again.
What do you mean?
We were restoring the house, and we have nobody really left to have it. So if you ever are around and you need a place to stay, you got a house here now. I can have someone else show you how to get there if
That'd be
that's
lovely. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
course,
that is
yeah.
so nice of you.
Next
Yeah.
session.
And I didn't like this
You're
person.
so nice.
It's just, next session's gonna be
She's
nothing but
hammered
house
too.
I
decor.
can't believe the guys don't have a home.
She starts bawling.
A home.
So yeah, and honestly, you can thank your druid here for her battle prowess. It was
Sam.
it was
So
impressive.
good.
Oh, thank
Oh
you
my
so much.
Yeah.
Callie looks at you and she's like, hell yeah,
I mean, you know.
hell yeah.
Bears.
Bears. Little bear.
It's like the bees.
Spears.
Bears?
No bears.
Just a couple spears.
And she like kind of
Terror.
yeah. And she points to like a human champion of the spear who's just sitting playing cards.
What's your name, sir? Just-
What? Show him to the house. What house? The one that we just fixed up.
Amazing. I'm so happy.
The human just. What? You're useless.
We can help you walk there if you'd like.
I'm not going anywhere. I got money to win back,
Oh, okay.
and they'll leave. Which, and she's like mimicking your accent as she turns to you. You know the place by the water, the really broken down one. It's by the
Sure.
water. You can't miss it.
Alright.
Okay. I gotta go win my money.
Is there a key?
It's open.
Alright.
Oh, good. Our house is just left unlocked.
You vaguely know what she's talking about.
Okay, good.
There's some houses that were in disarray that were being repaired, and you did hear talk that one of them was finally fixed. Yeah, by the water.
Okay, cool.
So you guys officially have a home.
Oh, my.
How many? Okay, more details. What does the house look like? How many rooms?
Yeah.
Give
Who's
it up.
shacking
Give
up
it
with
up.
who
Yeah.
tonight?
I need to know square footage.
Who gets to
Yeah.
sleep with the boss?
How high are
Drunk
the
ass.
ceilings?
So
10
you guys,
foot? 10 foot.
Crown molding?
Yes, better be.
You guys get to
It's on the water.
So is Piper just gonna be in this house by herself
Prime
now?
real estate.
Okay,
Oh.
good.
You guys get to the house. It's a two-floor house.
Nice.
Clearly old with new repairs.
Yeah.
And
Fixer-upper.
similar to the library, there's kind of some vines growing, and you actually do have a very nice view of the beach from
Fuck
the
yeah.
one side. You walk inside. It's not massive,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a kind of a communal sitting area. There's a kitchen. The communal area also kind of doubles as a dining room,
Mhm.
and there's stairs going upstairs.
Cool.
You head upstairs, and there is 5 bedrooms.
Jesus, so big ass house.
They're
Or
not
just
massive
small
bedrooms.
Okay.
They're
Still.
not massive, but they're like a decent size. They're comfortable enough. They
Nice.
have each of them come with a bed, wardrobe, windows, and then there's 2 bathrooms, one up, one
Nice.
down.
Oh, okay, nice. Cool.
I'm gonna let Piper pick the room. Yeah, she gets to pick the room.
She kind of wanders
She
around.
gets first pick.
Aw.
Cream of the crop.
Dibs on second.
Considering she's gonna be living in there while we're
She
all
picks
gone.
a closet.
Yeah.
Like,
The linen closet is perfect.
She opens the door.
Oh no. Oh no.
Let's see.
Ah, shit.
She opens the door. It is the second smallest bedroom that she opens, and she
Okay.
waddles in.
Alright.
And there's 2 twin beds
Nice.
in it.
Hell yeah.
This is clearly a child's bedroom,
Yes.
and she immediately sits on the bed. Just,
Okay.
What's your room? What side of the building is it on? Is hers on the side where there's the water
Yeah.
or no?
Yeah.
Is there another bedroom on that side? I dib.
It's 3 and 2.
Why though?
A view of the
So
water.
there are
from
2
the
more
bedroom.
waterfront bedrooms
Yeah.
and 2 that are more.
Dibs on the bigger one. We're a couple.
You guys are
We're
Master!
a couple. We
Yeah.
have
you guys are not allowed to have kinky elf sex while my bird child is next door.
All right. Hopefully there's a room in between then.
So you guys,
Or elf child. Not elf child.
yeah, you guys
Other
find the
elf
master bedroom.
Fuck
Bird
yeah.
child.
Nope, like it has a very large closet.
Okay,
That's kind of what depicts it as the master bedroom. There's no
Gotcha.
like ensuite or anything.
that's fine.
So we
A nice queen size bed,
Perfect.
wardrobe, and a beautiful view of the beach.
Fuck yeah.
Happy?
Yes.
Okay.
Very. This is amazing. It's the nicest.
Meanwhile, I'm taking a twin bed just dark up.
You're gonna have your shoulders hanging off either side.
No, it's just like your knees hang over the end and your feet sit
I mean,
flat on the
I've
floor.
been beaten to death. I just like touch it. I'm like,
I slept on worse.
yeah.
That leaves Butcher, Nahora, and Atris.
So
Just-
go ahead. No, go ahead.
There's 3 rooms or 2 rooms?
There's 3 more rooms. There's
I
one
feel
more
like
water view room and 2 non-water.
She'll take the
view.
darkest of the room.
I was gonna say I feel like I'd rather have the smallest, most not exclusive, but separate
Private?
room.
Is there 2 on? So it's like 3
So it's
and
3
2,
bedrooms,
and then
2 bedrooms, and a bathroom.
Okay.
So, Atris, you managed to find the smallest bedroom. The window is the smallest out of them all. It doesn't, when you open it, it doesn't really look out onto anything. It looks out onto the back of another house. There's like a really small closet, twin bed, and a bit of a wardrobe.
Is this first or second story?
Second story. All the
And
bedrooms
can
on the second
I
story.
exit the window and access the other roof, or is it too high? Is it equal footing?
Where's the window too small?
You're small, aren't you?
Yes.
You're like 5 what?
Something.
5. I believe. It'd take me a second to find it because this shit's annoying.
4'3". 3'11".
18 inches.
18 inches. That's me.
18 inches.
Okay, George shrinks.
my god, that fucking show.
That fucking show. Good show.
It was a good show.
He's not supposed to be like this big.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
it's right
like
here.
And
It
his
is
dad
5'4".
was so cool about it. Like
Yeah.
my kid's just like this tiny little.
Sorry?
How did his mom have
5'4".
parents?
5'4". Yeah, you could definitely kind of work your way through, and you do see that there is some scaffolding, is it called? Kind of like along the side of the house.
Is there being repairs along the exterior? Like
Stuff-
that's
like
that's
stuff for people to stand on.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You're talking
Um,
like exposed brick, like kind
Yeah,
of like
kind of
the
like there's some
ledging,
exposed
ledges,
ledging
yeah.
that you
Okay.
could climb up and
Yeah.
get onto
Okay.
the roof with.
Oh, like that stuff that vines grow up.
Yeah.
what is that called?
Trail.
Trestles.
I don't know. Anyway,
I know what you're talking
Anyway.
you
about.
could theoretically climb up.
You can get up.
Yeah.
You could Assassin's Creed it, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's conveniently
There's a
four
sick point.
big bricks that are sticking out about
Wow.
4 inches that you could definitely put your hands on.
Nabora. Or Butcher and Nabora, who's next?
Go ahead.
All right, I'll just take a look at the next room.
Would you like ocean view or non-ocean view?
No.
You get the next
It's cheaper.
non-ocean view.
Yeah, he's like, I'm saving my money.
You get the last ocean view room
Yes.
between.
Are you in the
In
middle?
between,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I get to hear snoring, half orc, and
Yeah.
elf
Yeah.
sex.
Pinky
Yeah.
elf sex.
Yeah.
Great.
But ocean view.
Yo, I
Yeah,
gave
but
you
I-
the option to pick first. Don't even
Yeah,
complain.
You fucked up.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Remember that Piper's gonna be
Fine, I'll
living
probably
there
pass
as a
out
second
all the
school.
time.
Yeah, she gets
Drunk
drunk a lot, so
anyways.
she'll be fine.
Who knows? I might just go see the bartender and stay at his house all the
That's
time.
true.
You never
Yeah.
know.
Depends how good he rolls on performance the first time.
So
Ew.
true.
First
facts.
impressions.
True.
So yeah.
I could have made a joke.
Cool. We made it. Oh, you can't make jokes.
You guys officially have a house and a
That's
base.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I'll draw out kind
Is
of.
there a basement?
And you can't draw your
could've
hexagons
had it.
I
on
was
there.
gonna say, I feel like if
With
there's a
your
basement, you and I immediately would have been like, we take the basement.
Yeah, use that, or we make like a schematic room, like a what is that called? Command
Space.
center.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought you were talking
We
about
should
like
just
making
send
your
you general
satanic
Oh,
rituals
ideas.
down there.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Murder all the animals.
Yeah. Will, do you want to make a blueprint? I'll kind of draw out like a. If you're
Oh
bored.
yeah, definitely. I could do that.
Yeah.
I think I have to reinstall it, but yeah.
I'll draw out like a basic
Yeah. I
thing,
can
and I'll
do
let
it.
you have fun with that.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys officially have a house and a home base.
Cool.
You have your own bedrooms where you can keep things that you don't necessarily always want to bring with you. And you all kind of hunker down for the evening. And rest does find you eventually after a very long day. And that is where we're going to end today's session.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Thank you for playing. I've been your dungeon master. Have a good evening.
How